Yahoo. Yahoo, 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 yahoo. Boing, bubble boing, bubble boing, bubble boing, boing. Bubble boing, bubble boing. Boing, boing, bubble boing, 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 boing. Hello. Oh, Pocopia. No, that's not right. I knew I missed something. Boom. What's good? Catch me up. What's good in your world? What is going on for you? I was not live for the last 2 days. 2 days in a row that I've missed. So you gotta catch me up. What happened? Did you experience anything cool? Anything fun? Do you have anything to report? Which had atelier? Oh yes. I am well aware. I'm well aware of how you feel about Witch Hat Atelier. Nah, I'm kidding. I feel like I'd probably like it if I got into it. And I want to get into it. I just don't have time. But I want to watch so bad. I want to watch it so bad. I'm so curious. I just know I would be obsessed with it. I know just looking at it, I can profile it instantly as something I would be obsessed with if I watched it. Gonna beef with Kiefer too. What do you mean too? Am I beefing with somebody else? I don't recall. Maybe you can jog my memory. Do I have beef with somebody? Maybe I have amnesia. What's going on here? Did I forget something? Finan. Oh, you think we have beef? You think that's so you thought all that was beef? It's beef to you. Oh, okay. Well, you have your fun. One-sided. Oh, you think he has beef with me? You think Finan has beef with me of all people? I don't know if it'd be worth his time. So close. Oh, it's the other way around. You think I have beef with him then? Oh, no. I don't have beef with him. I just have beef with the notion that we have the same personality when we don't, because people only think we're similar because we have white hair and blue eyes. That's it. That's what I have beef with. That's where my beef is. I have no beef with Finan. Nothing with him. My beef is with the people. My beef is with the people of the earth. Don't know how angsty his lore is. Do you think my lore is angsty? Does that make us the same? I don't know. I've read a couple of synopses about him, actually, out of curiosity. And I've watched some clips of cutscenes of him out of curiosity. I don't think I've got this guy's aura at all. I think we're so different from each other in every way that matters. I just think we have the same hair color and eye color. I think that's where it begins and ends. And that's what I've said from the beginning. And honestly, I think the same thing is true of Kiefer. Even if I haven't watched Witch Hat Atelier, I get immediately the vibe that he's actually like he's actually cool. My vibe is that I want to be cool, but I'm very painfully self-aware of the fact that I'm not. But I already know. I already know that because Kiefer's rolling up here with blue eyes and white hair, that it's gonna be like, oh, they're the same. It's just like. You know, I just don't think the overlap continues past the appearance, you know. Oh, and glasses. You know that image of SpongeBob where he's like about to get crushed and live? Yeah, and glasses. He also wears glasses. Yeah, I think it begins and ends with white hair and blue eyes. And I believe very strongly that if these characters were exactly the same, except they had like brown hair and brown eyes or green eyes or whatever, I don't think a single person would chime in and say like, oh yeah, they're so similar. That's the real thing for me. Otherwise, I think I'd hear names like Tamaki Suo more than Finan and more than Keyfree and more than Gojo. Does that make sense? I think it's purely just the vibes of the aesthetics. And I think that's where it comes from. That's my beef. That is my beef. My beef is with the truth. You think the bouncer's cool? You think the bouncer's cool? You think so? Do you mean that? I'm trying to be. I'm trying real hard to be, but... you know who is just like me? Laios. Okay, I'll take Laios. I will take Laios. I've got... Maybe I don't present as much of the similarities that I have with Laios, because I think I'm a lot more loud, and I think I'm a lot more silly. But at my core, like if you took a pizza cutter to my chest and opened me up, Laios would be inside. Does that make sense? Laios would be in there. But you don't hear his name every other day, do you? That's just not the way the world works. What you need is the same hair and eye color. That's what my beef is with, just to be clear. Just in case we were not on the same page. I have no beef with Finan. I'm sure that Finan is a great character, and that the story he's in is very fun and awesome. And I'm sure he's a great guy. I've got no qualms with him whatsoever. Semicolon, however, comma. I just think it's purely aesthetic. I think it's only aesthetic. And I just can't take the notion that it goes further than that. I think that's where it begins and ends. And that's okay. That's okay. I just need that to be clear, because not everybody's on the same page. You gotta think with your brain instead of your eyes sometimes. Yeah, very pretty though. Very pretty, very handsome. Very cool. Finan is Kaelix coded? Wait, somebody screenshot this. No, I'm kidding. Don't screenshot that. But you know what I mean? Write that down. Write that down. He's me coded. He reminds you of me, not the other way around. No, I'm just kidding. I love to play it up, but I actually, just to be totally clear, I don't want to like upset anybody who's like a fan of Finan or anything like that. I don't want you to think I hate your Blorbo. I got no issues whatsoever. It's entirely like 1000% a joke. It is 1000% a joke. If you enjoy your Blorbos who sort of look like me, that's cool. In fact, I'm kind of flattered. But yeah, I am very curious about Which Had Atelier. I want to see if I can make the time to watch it. What does Blorbo mean? Oh, so Blorbo, B-L-O-R-B-O. It's a piece of internet slang that is used to refer to your favorite character. Yeah. For example, my Dungeon Messi Blorbo is Laios. Laios Toden. He's my Blorbo. I am like Tamaki Suo. You think I'm like Tamaki? You think so? I think so too. I think of all the characters that I've been compared to, that's one of the closer ones. As far as the way I present myself to the people and among my friends. I think I'm a bit closer to him than the others that I get. I don't know, my thing is like, you know the meme where it's like, he's just like me for real. My beef is that I open my feed and my constant back-to-back reaction some days is like, he's nothing like me. He's nothing like me for real. That's my beef. That's the only beef I have. I need the people to know. But even then, at the end of the day, it literally does not even matter. It's not even something that annoys me. It's just like, no, you don't understand. That's not me. I'm nothing like y'all. You know that? You know the fish meme? It's been a minute since I've talked about that one. I'm nothing like y'all. No, please, I'm a star. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. We were talking about movies a bunch on the phone the other day. I love Pearl. It's such a good movie. I really, really like that one. Yeah, the fish jumping from the fish bowl into an empty one. I'm nothing like y'all. Turn around. That is not me. Yeah, that's me at... Well, I wouldn't say that about their bobs, or I guess their hairstyles. But yeah, that's me. If you see another white-haired, blue-eyed man in the alley, turn around. That is not me. Oh my goodness. But yes, today, sorry to move on a little bit from that. We can continue talking about it if you'd like to, but we should probably start playing since today's game is ideally one I can talk over, right? Today we're gonna play Power Wash Simulator 2. I'm a little nervous because I've never played Power Wash Simulator 1 or 2. But of games that I've played before, whenever a game has a feature where you can clean up an area gradually and slowly, I have a quirk about me, I guess, where when I start doing that, my brain, which generally has constant internal monologue, like, I don't know what your brain is like on the inside, but in mine, it's a cacophony of sentences in my voice and other people's voices. I'm always thinking many things. But when I play games like that, my brain goes quiet. I have no thoughts. I don't think anything. And so I don't say anything. So I'm a little nervous as far as like streaming this, to be honest with you. I have you may know by now, I have some, sometimes unreasonable, but I have some strict standards as to what I consider worthy of a live stream. I care about being entertaining. And obviously I don't push myself or anything. I don't put myself in a position that would be uncomfortable or weird. But if I have something that I like that I think would be boring to watch, I'm like, I don't need to do that. So I've been a little nervous about this. I've been a little nervous about whether this would be I was a little nervous about whether this would be entertaining. Can I help you prank your sister? No. And I'm afraid I need to time you out. Please read the rules. Hang in there. I believe in you. I believe in you, okay? Yeah, so I just wanted to apologize. I wanted to apologize ahead of time if I end up going really quiet. I need to apologize ahead of time because there's a very strong chance that once I start playing, I might gradually become radio silent. But I want to do my best to maintain dialogue today because I really love having conversations, and I missed you the last couple of days when I was too busy to stream. So hopefully we can catch up a little bit. So yeah, I just want to go ahead and start the game. We can continue talking just as we were, but yeah, I figured it'd be good to get started. Figure out the volume first as well. Okay, let's cross over. So there is a... Okay, hold on. I forgot to turn this off. There's a cat that's been purring in my right ear since I opened the game, and I haven't turned my head yet. I haven't seen it, but I can hear the cat. Do you hear the cat? What's the volume like? Is the game too quiet? I'm spraying the carpet. All right, let's see. A bit quiet? Okay. I bumped the game up a couple notches. Is that loud enough? Yay, nay. Here, I'll talk over the spraying. You should be able to hear my voice very clearly while I'm spraying. Can you? Because I think for this game, it'll be a lot of spraying like this. And we're just talking. We're just having a conversation. How's the volume? What do you think? Is it too loud? Is it just right? Oh, wait. Oh, this is the one that I've been hearing. A little bit down. Okay, the spraying is loud. Okay, the spraying is the majority of what we'll hear. So here's what I'll do. I'll lower it by one full notch. How's this? Can you hear me clearly over this? How about that? Is this better? I don't want good, by the way. I want perfect. If we fix it here, we won't have to fix it again later. Perfect, you say? A little bit lower? Little lower? A little loud? Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll bump it down. One more. How's this? And do not hesitate to let me know if it's not perfect. I realize that, like, as far as the flow of conversation goes, this is just a natural time to say, it's good now. But if it's not, we can keep fixing it. How's this? Yay? Question mark? Blah, 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 blah. Perfect. Perfecto. 完璧。マジで？本当に完璧ですか? Awesome. Okay, let me adjust my windows a little bit so I can see you clearly because I care what you have to say. Just so you know. 完璧. All right. Anyway, as I mentioned, I've been listening to this cat purring in my ear for a while I was setting up the stream today, and I never turned to look at it. Oh, you are so precious. Oh, I just want to swoop my hand in and grab the belly, and then shake left and right like. I'm very particular in raising my cats to be okay with petting the belly, because it's very fun to do, but a lot of cats don't like that as much. Oh, sweet baby. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh. Oh, look at you with your fancy little collar. Are you an employee? Do you work here? Ulysses? Bubbles. Oh, your name's Bubbles. Do you like water? Wait, does the game not let me spray them? The game straight up won't let me spray the cats. Oh, it lets me spray that one. You like water, huh? Squeak. They need a bath. They need a bath. They need a little bath. You never bathe your cats? This one hates water, though, apparently. Because it will not let me spray. I spray the TV, though. All right. Access story jobs via the county map in the upstairs office of the home base. Upstairs office. I assume this is the home office. County map. Is this the upstairs office? Oh, this is the map. Okay. How do I do it? Oh, I can set it to auto spray. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. There's so many different things. Oh, I can get even lower. Hey. Hi. Oh, sweet baby. Okay, I see the map here, but I don't know how to interact with it. Maybe I could do it like this. Start washing. Just career mode, right? Is that what people do? All right, let's clean this van, I guess. It's my first time. I apologize if I do anything that is like rage baity because I'm not familiar. I want to test all these. Ooh, that's nice. Sweet. I really like this one. And then let's see, there's also this. Oh. Oh. Oh, that feels so good. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's see, can I do... Haha. Wait, maybe I can make a better one. I could use the circle on the truck. Oh man, I should have done it over here because it's yellow. All right. Awesome. All right, let's clean it up seriously now. We mean business, don't we? Clean up the tire. Oh, I've seen this before. When you finish cleaning an individual spot, you get a little, like a little spark. Ah, that's one way to know that we did a good job. Oh, this is dangerous. I don't know if I have anything to say to you right now. This is really dangerous. I should not have opened this game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. I don't know what to say to you. This is so dangerous. Oh god. Oh no. I'm never in this position on stream. Oh god. Watch it spread. I don't know how other people do it while talking. I think most games, it's like not an issue for me at all. And I specifically play games that I can do it over without issues. It's almost like I'm hypnotized. Haha. Kirei janai? Is it the sounds? I think it's specifically this activity of just menially, slowly, manually grinding it away to perfection. Like chiseling away at a marble slab to make it into a gorgeous statue. I've been curious about playing this game, or I guess these games, because it's 2 games. I've been curious for multiple years now. But I knew that if I downloaded it, I would never get anything done. It's like that specific tier of relaxing. That makes it a little difficult to step away. I'm in my lane. Relax. Oh god. Oh, there's a tutorial at the top left. Oops. Oh. You know me, I'm allergic to tutorials. I have to just figure everything out myself. Can I put soap on it? Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh, God. Oh. Look at that. Oh, God. Oh. I'm afraid. Oh my God. Oh my God. What have I been up to yesterday? Okay, thank you. Thank you. You're trying to save me. You're trying to give me a window to escape this. Yesterday, I did a few things. What did I do? I'm trying to recount the events of yesterday. What's this do? Oh. Ah, it's beautiful. What were we talking about? I'm sorry. I got a little distracted. That it was really close to being finished. I wanted to finish that before I said what I was gonna say, but I took too long and I don't remember what I was gonna say. Ooh, gotta clean that tire up too. Look at that mess. Oh, what did I do yesterday? Oh, thank you. Yesterday I started my day by making some breakfast. Wait, what? Oh yes, I made my breakfast, but I've been waking up later than I prefer lately. Unfortunately, I woke up at about, I want to say, what was it? Like 1:30 p.m., which is quite late, unfortunately. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes in this line of work. And I don't actually remember what I had for breakfast. I've forgotten. I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. How long did it take me to say that? Out of curiosity. I feel like I consider it to be a curse sometimes that people would find annoying, but I usually say a lot of words in a very short amount of time. I talk and I think very quickly most of the time. 3 or 4 minutes to say what? I woke up yesterday at 1:30 and I had breakfast. What? This is really bad. This is dangerous. Oh, but I have an idea. Look at this. I realized something. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, it goes away if it's on a clean surface. Oh, and I can highlight the dirt that I missed. Oh, awesome. Is there any in here? Okay. This is so dangerous. But look at it from this side. It looks perfect. Except for this. Some little smudges here and there. I've got no room for impurities. All right. What did I do after that? I don't know what I did after that. Oh God, I'm cooked. Oh no. This is terrible. I genuinely am like struggling to form my thoughts right now. I knew this would happen too. I just didn't think it would be this bad. I thought I'd at least be able to say some things. All right, let's see. Clean that up a little bit. Might as well tidy up the tire while we're here. Oh my God. What a nightmare. Free aim mode. Oh, watch this. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, wait. Yesterday, yeah. Wait, hold on. Can I get up here? I don't remember what I was talking about again. What was I saying? I interrupted my thought. Okay, here we are. Yesterday. This is so freaking sad. Oh my gosh. How do I fix this? Oh God. Oh no. I've never been in this position before. Never like this, never publicly, I think. Oh, man. I think at most it's lasted like a couple minutes. It happened in like Pocopia with the watering, but... My God. BGM. I didn't prepare any. I thought it would be in the game. I kind of like it without. It's kind of satisfying, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is dangerous. I don't even know what I'm trying to say about yesterday. I spent a lot of my time recording yesterday. And I did some desk work. And I had a meeting in the evening. And I called with a friend. I was supposed to call him for like 10 minutes and help him with something, but we ended up talking for like 2 hours, I think. And then I went to bed. And then I woke up and I took my medicine and I did some desk work for a few hours. And now we're here. What do you mean this is your favorite stream? What the heck? There's nothing here. I'm offering you so little. At this point, you'd be better off playing the game yourself. You know what I mean? Wait, that's cute. I didn't do that. Okay, that one doesn't work very well. Oh, is that you? Yeah, how long did it take me to answer that question, out of curiosity? Are you keeping track of the time? Because I don't think I can. This is actually another danger, is the time that I spend on this today. Because I do have work that I have to finish before I go to bed tonight, after I finish this stream. And I also did not exercise this morning, so I'd like to exercise after my work if I can. 5 minutes to answer the question of what did you do yesterday? That is insane. 20 minutes? No. Oh, God. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ah. Okay, hold on. We can clean up a little bit more of this. What else? Okay. What have we not talked about? Is there anything fun to discuss that we have not spoken about? I sure hope there is. Oh, whoops. I was gonna draw. All right, here. How do I want to do it this time? Ears are a little too big on this one. Radio collab. Oh yeah, you noticed, right? Funny thing was, I think that wasn't even originally public yet, but you saw the playlist because you're obsessed with us. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I thought it was really funny that people found it. Yeah, I'll have a collab with By the Beat. I'll mention this more at the end of this week since it'll be drawing closer then. But I'll be having a collab with By the Beat. On the group channel, it'll be our first stream collab on the group channel other than our PR stream to announce the signing and like our quest to debut under Universal Music. So I'm very excited. And probably not my place to confirm or anything, but I will call your attention to the fact that on the thumbnail it says #1. So take from that little tidbit what you will. But yeah, rather than a gaming stream, as the name implies, as a radio stream, we'll just be talking, which we love to do. And you may have noticed that there is a topic for this one. Yeah, we'll be talking about music. We love music, and we're working to debut as full-fledged musicians someday, so very excited to talk about it. All right, now I have to work around this. Oh, this one's so satisfying because it's white on the other side. Oh, it feels so good. I love this. Yeah, I may not be showcasing my gift of gab today. There is something that they embed into games and features like this that just totally disables my brain. Like it flips an off switch somewhere, and it disables my conversation feature. Like totally turned off. I'm floating right now. Oh, it's so satisfying. And then is there anything else that I have yet to address? Oh my god. I'm having fun. I hope you can. Oh my gosh. I love to talk usually. I love to have beautiful, fulfilling conversations. Bachelor's collab, yes! You may have noticed that Shu Yamino announced a waiting room for a collab on his channel that I'm featured in. I've said before that I personally prefer not to do collabs with groups that I form in an RP server. My personal preference is to kind of keep it in the sacred little world of RP. But I'll make exceptions. I've made a couple exceptions before this. I did Majorina, and it like kind of counts. I did an interview with Miss Nabubu as well. Yeah, just every now and then it's okay, I think. I don't know. FOMO will usually beat me. I don't want to miss out if everybody else is gonna do it, you know. And the bachelors are very dear to me. I had a very good time in that little server, so very excited. We'll be playing Jackbox games. You know I love Jackbox as well. I don't know exactly which pack we're using or packs. I don't know which games we're playing, but I think it'll be a good time. And I believe this is the other area where I'm particularly okay with doing it, even though I prefer not to do post-RP server collabs. I think we will be totally out of character for this one, is the thing. That's what makes me more okay with it, personally, if you've wondered, because I have gone on the record before to say that I usually don't like doing those. If it's out of character, I think I'm way more okay with it. Yeah. I feel like it does not diminish the sanctity and the specialness of the original setting, right? Teehee. Okay, I'll clear this one away now, if you do not mind. Nothing personal, strictly business. I'm just doing my job here. Oh, it feels so good. You've had entire streams in complete silence? Yeah, but those were on purpose. That's the thing that's making me like worried, or like that's making me crash out at myself. If I give you a silent stream, it's because I chose to do it, usually. And I'm still like, I don't know, most of the time, with one or two exceptions, I'm still trying to do something to engage with you directly, you know? I don't know, I feel like it's a little lonely in this case. It's not intentional. But if you like it, yeah, I hope you can look forward to the Bachelors collab as well. Is there anything else? Anything else we can discuss? You know I'm desperate when I'm turning to like, is there anything you want to talk about? Actually, you know what? Hold on, I have an idea. I don't do this very often. Yes, we had a brain cell moment just now. I'm gonna set up a second box, and I'm gonna collect Q&A. And hopefully, hopefully that way I can use this. Hopefully I can use this to fix what's going on here. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I gotta set this up. And then set this up over here. Okay. Be warned, your question with your name will be directly displayed this time. Your name will be featured in the question if I display it. Just as a warning, don't say anything that you don't want to be attached to your name. Yeah. Because I won't be able to, I will not be able to take the time to separate it. Okay. This is something we could talk about for a little bit. I've talked about this on occasion. Is it okay to ask what all your food allergies are? Yeah, it's totally okay. So here's the thing. I've never been assessed by an is it allergist or allergenist? I can't remember what they're called. The doctors that specialize in allergies and deficiencies and stuff like those. I've never had that test that they do where they prick your back in a grid formation. So I don't actually know for certain what all my allergies are, or even if the things that I experience are true allergies. I have a theory based on what I've researched, but these are the things that give me a negative reaction. I am very sensitive to pollen, but obviously I'm not gonna like have a serious allergic reaction to it. It just means that I get really bad hay fever in the spring and parts of the summer. I spend basically half of the year nasally congested and sniffling and struggling to breathe out of my nose. On top of that, when it comes to foods, I am allergic to almost all fruits, or at least I have a negative reaction to almost all fruits, which makes me sad because I love fruits. It started with my favorite fruit, or I guess my original favorite fruit, which is the banana. Bananas have been my favorite since I was a little kid, but unfortunately, a few years ago, it happened that when I had a banana, my mouth and my lips itched really bad when I ate it. They itched and burned for a bit, and I was like, oh, wow, that was weird. And then over the course of the following year, every time I had another banana, it was worse than the last time. It progressed so that it would like itch and burn for longer. And then eventually it was to the point that it wasn't just my lips and my mouth, but also my throat. And my throat would also swell and close a little bit when I ate it, which would make it a little uncomfortable to breathe. So I try to avoid bananas. And then if that weren't enough, after the banana came the pineapple. I had pineapples pretty often in little fruit cups back when I was in high school. And I also have pineapples in my favorite order at my favorite restaurant, which is basically like a house special with all their choice fruits, vegetables, and meats. And it sometimes has pineapple in it, but yeah, I got the same reaction from pineapple, and that was really bad. So I cut out pineapple as well. And then after pineapple came regular apples. And then gradually after that, I found that basically every fruit I tried would give me the same reaction, including basically all citrus fruits, like oranges and what else? Like lemons, limes. They would all give me the same itching, burning, swelling reaction, to a lesser extent than bananas and pineapples, but still there. Apples, pears. The only fruits that I've found are safe to this day are melons. So that's like cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelons. Those are all safe. Peaches, funny enough, and thankfully, I did not get the itching and burning reaction from peaches. I'm not sure about others off the top of my head. Yeah, generally, I exercise caution when I eat any fruit. Yeah, I mentioned that I had a theory about it. I think my theory is that it is actually connected to pollen. That or I have two theories. I think it's either pollen or it's a specific protein that's found in these fruits, because I made a discovery last year, either last year or early this year. I can't remember exactly how long ago it was. I made a discovery based on a suggestion that if I cook the fruit first, I don't have as bad of a reaction, or I have no reaction. For example, I cannot have bananas, and I can't have my mom's famous banana pudding anymore, but I can have banana bread. Does that make sense? Because the bananas are baked. And what that tells me, if that's okay, is that there's a protein that I'm intolerant of. Because when you heat up proteins, they denature and their structure changes usually, which can sometimes change what they look like after that long term, depending on what the protein is. Proteins are sensitive to heat. I just don't know exactly what it is and like what all these fruits have in common. I'd like to see an allergenist. Was it allergenist? Remind me again. Sorry, I realized I just asked, but I forgot already. I'd like to see an somebody that will give me a formal test. I've almost done it a few times over the last couple of years, but I've just I don't know. Rather than avoiding it, I haven't gotten around to it, and now I'm in a position where I could do it like any time, but I think I would prefer to do it after I have moved in the future, because it will probably be a lot more affordable. Allergist. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to see an allergist in Japan, I think. I think that would be the best scenario. I could technically see one here in the States, but as you may know, it's just generally a lot more expensive, and you know, it's not like I'm not gonna keel over for it. I just have to not eat these fruits, and it's fine. Yeah. Ah, you had it by a blood test. Is that a thing they can do? Because I've had friends that had allergy panels. Is that what it's called, an allergy panel? And I even saw a photo of one of my friends who went to get that test, and her back was just like covered in like red spots because she was allergic to everything. She was allergic to like every plant. It was the most sad thing ever when she showed that to us. But yeah, that'd be pretty convenient. Yeah, I'll avoid talking about it at detail because I know some people are very sensitive to it, but I am personally, if you're curious, I am super okay with injections and having my blood drawn and everything of the sort. I'm super cool with it. I have no issues. And there's part of me that actually finds it kind of cool, specifically in the case of getting blood drawn, because I like holding it after it's been done. It makes me think. Yeah, but again, I'll avoid talking about that because I know some people are sensitive to that. Yeah, those are the allergies that I'm aware of. Basically just pollen and 1 billion fruits. Do I not feel dizzy? No. Now, if they do a lot, maybe I would. Because in that case, you're literally, like, it's a somatic thing more than a psychological thing. If you feel dizzy, but I don't think I've been in a position where I lost enough to feel that. No, this is not connected to wanting to be hydraulic pressed. And I've already clarified what I mean when I say I want to be hydraulic pressed. Obviously, I do not want to actually be hydraulic pressed. I think that would be very painful and unpleasant. That would be a nightmare. What I mean is that I think there should be a machine for gently crushing boys like me so that I can deal with my back pain. I think, because, you know, you'll go and get a massage and they'll basically just press really hard on your lower back if you have knots or whatever. I think we should make a machine for gently crushing boys. That's what I think. Obviously, I do not like the pain of getting pricked or anything. For me, it's specifically seeing and holding my own blood that I think is cool. It's interesting. I've always found it interesting. But again, I need to avoid talking about that too much. That's one of the more common sensitive areas. Have I gone to a chiropractor? No. I've thought about it, but I think chiropractors are in that weird gray area, medically speaking. So I'm a little hesitant. I'm sure you may understand. You know, I'm the annoying skeptic for most things. Okay, I will answer this without putting it up. Do I have a plan for this week? Yes, I finished my schedule. It's rendered. I just need to wait for my manager to check over it and make sure I didn't miss anything. And then I'll publish it. I expect that I'll publish it near the end of this stream, based on when my manager wakes up and clocks in. All right. Have I power washed IRL? Yes. Yes, I have. Many times, actually. And I don't know if I've told you about this, but granted, I've forgotten this by now. I don't remember all the details anymore. But there was actually a time when I had to repair a power washer so that I could use it without renting a new one, because we had one that was given to us, but it was busted. And the person who used to own it did not know how to fix it or what was wrong with it, and just didn't want to go to the trouble of it. And I really wanted to use it to clean something that year. And so I researched the function of carburetors and like how you repair and clean carburetors. And I was super interested in it at the time. Again, I can't really remember how it works now. A lot of time has passed since then, but because of that brief phase that I had studying carburetors so that I could fix the power washer, there was a time when I knew a lot about them. And I feel like because of that, there's a timeline where based on that brief interest, I became like a mechanic or something. Which is honestly a much more predictable career path for me to have taken where I live. You know, it's just the thing people do around here. They'll either farm or they'll get really into cars. Hmm. All right. Oh, I missed this. That would have been the best last thing to do. What are we missing? I missed this window. But yes, I have power washed before, and it's just as dangerous in real life for me as it is in this game. I would waste an incomprehensible amount of water if I were using a power washer right now. Wait, what did I call this mirror? What did I call this? I need you to tell me right now what I called this. What did I call this right now? Because I thought the word mirror in my head, but I don't think mirror came out of my mouth. What did I say? Window. I might have a glioma. Maybe there's something wrong with my brain. I think I might have an inoperable glioma. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Is it on the outside? Sometimes you just think a thing and that's not what comes out. Oh, there you are. Where's the rest of you? There we go. Okay. Wait, where's the rest of it? Oh, it's down here. Yay! Fudge, 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 fudge. Fudge, 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 fudge. Awesome. Okay, let me... This is hard. Talking while playing this is hard. It's so difficult. Yeah, we cleaned it up. Look at this. It came here so filthy. Spick and span. I would lick this if I had to. I don't want to, but like I could. Oh, I could have done that. I was doing parkour to get up here. How do I climb it? Okay. Well, now I know. Oh, whoops. Wishy just as enthralled by her sparkling removals van. She says she'll give you first dibs on any furniture that she comes across, so keep an eye out for any new items appearing in the shop. It's all pre-restoration stuff, so it's pretty dirty, but I'm sure you're okay with that. Told you it would all come together. Wait, how much did I make for that? $200. Oh, wow. All right. Guess we might as well go fix this. Oh, I can see the time lapse. Wait, how do I do that? Can I go back and see it? I saw like the play button, but it didn't seem to work when I clicked it. Can I go to like a history for it? Is it this? Ooh. I guess I don't have anything else. Oh, swag. I can make swag. All right. Yellow. And then, let's see. I can just keep that as it is. For my gloves, we'll do... Do we have black? No. I guess gray would be best. Wait, I have... Oh, I don't have the right currency. Okay. Well, now I'm yellow. Wait, furniture. Can you decorate the office? I noticed that that room was empty, but I thought it was just to practice your tools. This game is dangerous. Oh yeah, how do I go back and watch the time lapse? Maybe if I go to home base. Oh. I want to watch that time lapse of our first job together. Look at all this space. Oh. Oh, and it's kind of nostalgic. It reminds me of an ancient game that I played when I was a little baby boy. Did you ever play My Sims Agents? Oh. Wait. Free play. Wait, can you multiplayer this? Oh, that's even more dangerous. On the left side of the map. Oh, this is it. I see free play, but is there a way to... Is there a way to do the time lapse for what I did? That's what I'm specifically looking for. I'm looking for the old time lapse. I don't know if I have it anymore. F. Wait, hold on. Do I have to play the job to get the time lapse? It's gone. Oh, okay. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I was not looking to come back here. I was looking to see if we could watch that time lapse. All right. Oh, well. We'll go here instead. Now I know. I saw the little video and I tried to click it, but it didn't work. Anyway. Let's see. Thinking emoji. All right, here's a good topic that I can say many things about. I almost banned you. I almost clicked the wrong thing. Oops. Good thing I didn't. Tips for someone who wants to sing self-taught or by themselves. Yeah, my tip is to avoid comparison. Honestly, comparison is... It's a whole saying. Comparison is the thief of joy. That applies to basically anything you could do. And it really, really applies to singing and to music. Do not unreasonably compare yourself to people that have more experience and training than you. That's number one. Because something that prevents people from seeing their fullest potential to fruition is often that they think, I'm nowhere near where I'm supposed to be, and these guys are way better than me, so I might as well give up. But that is just an unfair and unreasonable and I'm not gonna lie, it's an emotionally immature way of processing things. And you're better than that. I know you are better than that, so that's number one. Do not think about that. Do not dwell on it. If you think about it at all, use it as motivation rather than something that will prevent you from reaching your new heights. As for number two, Persistence is good, but specifically mindful persistence. Practicing a ton will be very helpful, but it's not going to be very helpful if you practice something unhealthy. Formal training is not everything. A lot of the best singers in this world and in our world's history were self-taught and are self-taught. Just be very careful that you don't continue doing something that hurts, you know? If it hurts, there's pretty good odds that it's bad for you. I recommend in that case, if you perpetually feel pain when you're singing, looking into what resources you can to figure out where that's coming from. If you can, getting training is very fun and helpful, but again, it's not everything. And also, formal training is a privilege that not everybody has access to. So there's no shame if you can't do that. As I've mentioned, it's not everything. And you said you wanted to do self-taught, but even without training, you can find resources online. There are videos to be watched. Good vocal coaches that publish lessons for free or for very cheap. So yeah, mindfulness and comparisons and persistence are two really big things. What else is there? I think practicing a little every day is way better than practicing a ton on only a couple days a week. Does that make sense? Like, I think you would be better served by doing 30 minutes to an hour every day than you would by spending 6 hours every Monday on singing. You know what I mean? If you run through your scales and do some vocal warm-ups every day, the long-term benefits, in my opinion, are higher and more readily felt. That is my personal opinion, though. This is not. I should say this from the beginning. I should have disclaimed this. None of this is professional advice. I'm a trainee in music. I'm not where I'm supposed to be right now, but this is the kind of mindset and strategy that I personally employ in my time now, where I'm technically not self-taught. I have a classical background, but in the type of music that I'm working towards now, I basically am self-taught. So this is what's working for me so far. And I think those are the pitfalls that trip up people most commonly, is that they'll either get discouraged by something unreasonable and unrealistic, they'll get hung up on a bad habit that makes it difficult for them to sing forever, or they'll practice on a schedule that is not sustainable and doesn't produce good results. Yeah, so those are the 3 pieces of advice I would have that would help basically anybody, regardless of the genre, regardless of their goals, and regardless of their voice. In my opinion. In my humble, inexperienced, amateur opinion. That's the best advice I can offer. Yeah, and know that in any creative trade or field, results take time. Oh my gosh, it can be very slow sometimes. Surprise. I thought this was too easy. Aw, man. So much for that. I was like, that was our fastest job ever. Still considered an amateur if I'm signed on with a company? Well, you may know that I'm actually in training right now. I may be signed under Virgin, but it's with the goal of a major debut. It's not happened yet. Right now, what we're doing is we're training. We're learning what we can. So we're not actually where we're supposed to be by the beat as a whole. And this isn't me this is not me saying like, the rest of By the Beat sucks and I hate that. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm right there, and it's not even thinking that we suck as a whole. It's that we are not where we want to or need to be in order to make the fullest out of this opportunity. And that's the point. That is the point, just to be clear from the beginning. Our goal this year is to learn and to improve rather than to start out already awesome. So we are in training right now. This is our training arc in multiple ways. Main focus is obviously singing. That's something all of us are focusing on. In my case, I want to focus on singing, and then dancing is my second priority. I want to be able to dance someday. Not there yet. I'm still one of the worst dancers in the world. And then my third priority is Japanese. As we're signed under a Japanese label, a lot of the people that we have opportunities to work with are Japanese, so I would benefit a lot from being able to communicate and advocate for myself directly, rather than relying on translators and interpreters for everything I say. Those are my 3 goals to improve on. I really wanna improve those 3 things. I love the soap. I think the soap is my favorite feature in this game, and I never see anybody use it when I watch them play. We should change that. We should get everybody on the soap. It is so satisfying. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see. Let's see, hold on. I gotta pick out a new one. My favorite flightless bird is the dodo. I'm not putting this up because I don't have very much to say about it. But yeah, my favorite flightless bird is the dodo, and I miss it really bad, and I wish it was here. I would love to see a dodo. We should Jurassic Park the dodos. You know what I mean? Alright, hold on. Oh yes, this is a rabbit hole. And it's very relevant and topical. Am I the type to watch satisfying cleaning videos or anything similar to it? Yes. Specifically, and I have some divided thoughts on it for a couple reasons, but I get sucked in to those videos where they like power wash and scrub and soap up dirty carpets and rugs. Oh, I love those videos. They're so satisfying. And I also really like, I'm less divided on this one. I really like that one girl who cleans grave sites and like learns what she can about the person who's buried there as she cleans it. I think it's really, really sweet. And also just in the same way, it's very satisfying. And I think it's a very like, I don't know, there was a lot of discussion about whether it was disrespectful of her, but I actually see it as a really cool way to honor the people that are buried in those places that are otherwise neglected. Yeah. Yeah, I love videos of things like what we're doing right now. And I think I'm finally getting to a point where my brain doesn't turn off quite as much. I'm able to, now that I'm more familiar with the tools, I think maybe that's what it is. I'm able to exercise a little bit more of my conversational brain. Yeah, I really, oh wait. Haha. I really, really love those videos. Yeah, I like them in general. I think the one that I do not like is that one category where they mix a bunch of chemicals in a toilet bowl. Not a fan of that. That stresses me out and makes me scared. Because chemicals generally are not safe to mix. You should be using as few products as possible when you clean anything. Like, use a lot of a product, sure, but don't use a bunch of different kinds of products, you know? Yeah, if you need to use a lot of soap, then you can use a lot of soap in order to get a job done. But you should limit the number of soaps. Or the number of chemicals, rather. Because a lot of them will have reactions when you mix them that are harmful to you and to those around you. And I don't personally agree with the existence of videos where people do that as a form of satisfying visual ASMR. You know? Yeah, and then I think about these chemicals going down the toilet too, like going down the drain afterwards. And I don't feel good about that either. Yeah, I do love cleaning videos. And I've talked about this, I think. I personally actually really like cleaning in real life. I love scrubbing counters. I love washing dishes. I find it very satisfying. The only thing I don't like is cleaning like soggy discarded food. So I'm a bit picky about washing the dishes. The dishes have to be like raked into the garbage first and lightly rinsed before I get to them, but I otherwise love cleaning them. It's just when it's like an excessive amount of food that I don't like. Yeah. But otherwise, I think it's very satisfying and rewarding. And similar to this, it's the kind of activity in real life that will just completely disable my brain and put me in a position where I can't really speak or think. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, oh my God. Do I wear gloves? Sometimes. Sometimes. I've had phases where I wear a pair of gloves. I do love the classic, like, yellow rubber gloves that go up really high. But I think most of the time I go in just with my bare hands. I think I wore gloves more when I was like the single designated dishwasher for everybody in the house. Because there was a time where that was one of my chores. I would wash everybody's dishes. And I think I may have shared this. As a result of washing so many dishes for such a big family, I would have periods where my skin on my fingers would... First, they would prune up really bad, like while I was washing them. But then after that, when it dries and goes back to normal, they would actually get really, really dry and flaky and sensitive. And they'd crack in colder weather. So I had to, like, at one point I had to sleep with gloves on at night that had aloe vera in it. That had aloe vera in them. In order to repair the skin on my hands. So in that period, after that experience, I wore gloves pretty consistently when washing the dishes so that I could keep my hands a bit more dry. But to this day and these days in general, since I don't have to wash as many or as often, I tend to just raw dog it usually. Yeah, that's what works for me. And my hands are soft and beautiful and clean all the time, and my skin is healthy. I'm winning. Never give up. I kind of want to watch this dry. That's kind of satisfying too. Yeah. Wait, where's the rest of it? This thing's like super clean. Why is it only at 55%? Am I gonna have to clean the inside? Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, oh my gosh, yay! Oh, is that a toilet? Awesome! Oh, awesome. Oh, whoops. All right. You know, we were just talking about these. Yeah, you know these videos? Let's make mustard gas! And then how many others do I have? I've got this one. And then we'll do this one. And this one. Awesome. No, I despise those videos. I find them unsatisfying and nerve-wracking. All right, let's see. I kind of want to do this spatially. It's very satisfying to do it that way. So we need to pick a corner and start there. But first, let me pick something to hold myself accountable to. I will say this. There are a few people mentioning Ocarina of Time. I will say that I personally only hope for things when they are officially announced. That is all I will say about that. I do not buy into rumors. I find that rumors can be disappointing, even if they come from an interesting source. I personally only pay attention when it's like formally announced. Yeah. So I have nothing to say, and I have no thoughts, and I have zero hopes. That's just something I do for my own good. Otherwise, I start setting my hopes on something that ultimately is very fragile. That's why I haven't said anything about it, but trust that I heard about it the instant it happened. Let's see. Thinking emoji. Thinking emoji. Let's see. Oh, I just got my schedule approved by my manager. Teehee. I wonder if you can ever hear the shh that I get whenever I get a message. I wonder if you could hear it through my headphones. Or like coming from my phone in some cases. Shh. Hear it from my speakers. Okay, one sec. Let me give him a little heart emoji reaction. No, okay, I figured because I keep the volume very, very low, pretty much, so that it won't be picked up by the microphone and you won't hear double. Not that you can see the microphone, but trust, it's there. It's just out of view. You can just imagine it through my immersive, realistic impression. Shh. Shh. There are some that I could answer really, really quickly rather than pinning up. Why do you not wear an earring in your home music video? I just felt that it didn't suit the vibe of the outfit. Earrings are considered informal for men usually. So in a very classy setting, I feel it's usually appropriate to take it out. Yeah, so for that one, since I wanted a slightly classier look, I opted not to wear one. I pulled it out. Did not put in a new one. But in most fashion styles, they are compatible, so there will be times where I wear other earrings. Ooh, this is a fun one to talk about. How do you start with making a character? Do you think of aesthetics as you're creating them or lore more? So for me, there's no single right or wrong way to do it, but in my case, I personally care a lot more about the words on paper than a drawing that would accompany it. You know what I mean? I do not consider my characters to be like particularly good. I appreciate the praise, but I'm a total amateur. Yeah, for me, I very much prefer the lore. That's what I consider. The appearance is totally secondary, and honestly, for example, if I wrote a book, I would only mention details about a character's appearance if they were relevant in some way to the lore or to the story. I would be one of those really annoying authors where you're like reading the pages and you're like, please tell me what they look like. I would not give anything unless it was necessary. I would keep it totally ambiguous because I think in most contexts, the appearance does not matter. However, there are some contexts where appearance does matter. We had like a really long conversation at one point about Carrie. If you're familiar with Carrie, Stephen King. A strong opinion that I have, and I won't go into big detail because we've done that another time, and I won't talk your ear off about it a second time, but a very strong opinion that I hold is that most cinematic adaptations of the book do not do the story very much justice because it's important to the story and to the message that Carrie is conventionally unattractive. Like that is an important part of her character and of her experience. And I think in a lot of cinematic releases, they get these gorgeous, conventionally magazine-type attractive actresses to play her, which is great, but it does not challenge the public response to people that do not suit the norm of what is considered pretty. And that's like the central theme of the story. So there are times, all that to say, there are times where a character's appearance really, really matters. And where, you know, cheaping out on it or disregarding it will negate the impact or message of your story. But I think most of the time, on average, the appearance could be anything and it would not matter. And I don't know, maybe it's just like a result of my own experiences, but I'm kind of critical in general of judging people by their appearances. Or like assuming anything about a person based on the way that they look. That's a very strong belief that I hold. It's one of my heavier beliefs, I think. And I think it extends to even small, less important things that don't involve real people, like writing and you know, pretending and stuff like that. Playing video games. So yeah, all that to say, I think more about who a character is more than what they look like when I'm making a character or writing a story. Or I guess in the case that you'll actually witness when I'm preparing for like a roleplay server. I've done that a couple times. And I guess in the case of a roleplay server, the appearance matters way less because ultimately the character is going to just be me, right? I'm acting as this character. So the aesthetics are also limited in that case. Yeah, the same thing extends whenever I write my little personal short stories to myself. Yeah, there are some characters I have where I'm not even personally sure what they look like. Haha, it looks so cool. Do I let the world influence the character or the character the world? Definitely the world first. I think one of the best people in the world to do this was J.R.R. Tolkien. I think his writing is one of the most prolific examples of the kind that I like the most. Where rather than building a world around a story that he wanted to tell, what he did was he built a world and then wrote one of the stories that took place in that world. And honestly, you can see that sometimes. Like take VCraft, for example, bringing up like writing of mine that you've actually experienced or that you have access to. Because again, I write for myself all the time, but I don't publish it and I don't share it with anybody because it's more like a personal thing that I like to do. But in the case of VCraft, I had way much more to say about Madeline and about the world that Calvin came from than I actually had to say about Calvin. And that was partially an exercise in like keeping Calvin vague and open so that he could transform as the game went on. I did not want to go in with a fixed, rigid idea and have it be incompatible with the other players, you know? So I tried to write him and play him as a clean slate that would adjust based on how people interacted with him. But even aside from that intention, just as a part of what I like and enjoy with writing, I was way more invested in everything around Calvin than Calvin as himself, you know? And then like this is not a super publicly available example right now. It has since gone off sale, but it's an example that you may be aware of in the context of a voice pack. Even something like this. We did a prince and princess theme a few months ago. For mine, I was a prince. Obviously, generally, that is going to be a situation where you're going to want to focus on the person speaking in the script, right? And you want to give as much about them as you can. But when I was writing it in my personal fantasy, I was thinking way more about the politics of the kingdom that he was the prince of, and like the fate of his father. I was way more invested in all the subtext, even if that stuff doesn't really shine through in the context of something like a voice pack. That's just what I like. I am personally way more into the world. And my favorite writing is any kind of writing where I can personally imagine myself stepping into that world. Whether it's like a fantasy world that is totally removed and different from where we are, or, you know, whether it's like just an imaginary place in the real planet that we live in. That's what I like the most. That's something I've been really enjoying about Frieren, actually. I still haven't watched episode 12 onward since the last time I told you that I had watched a bunch. I still haven't made the time to watch any more yet. But something I really like about what I've seen of Frieren so far is that it focuses obviously on the character Frieren. And we're like following her on her journey in the story. But so much of every episode is actually just like telling you about the world that she lives in and the people that she's interacting with. And I love that model of storytelling so much. Oh my goodness, it is so nice. It is such a beautiful experience to watch it. So yeah, I apply mediocrely and amateurishly, would that be the right conjugation there? Amateurishly, I apply the same general theory to my own writing and to my own characters. Just by default, I will always be way more interested in where somebody comes from and who somebody knows and what makes them the way that they are than who they are to begin with. I would rather build a character around an experience that they'd have rather than create an experience so that I can get a result that I have in mind from the beginning. I think there's merit to both approaches. I think both are good, and honestly, the best case scenario is a story where you balance both together in tandem with each other. I think I talked about this on a phone call some time ago. There are words for this in Japanese in the context of anime. I can never remember what those words are. I think these are distinct words. Correct me if I'm wrong, and let me know if you know these words. But there are words to refer to types of storytelling in anime where some storytelling is specifically to advance the plot. This is more typical of like shonen and like really exciting, serious stories. Like everything is plot heavy and important. And then the other is more so to enhance the immersion of the world and to tell you more about the place. And that's more typical of like slice of life. Those are the two types. One that forwards the plot and furthers the plot as much as possible. And then the other that is more so meant to just give you a deeper sense of appreciation for the characters and the world that they live in. I encountered these terms at one point, but I can't remember. I can't remember what they're actually distinctly called. It's okay if you don't know either. But yeah, I think a clean balance of both is nice. But if I had to pick only one over the other, I would go with the slice of life approach that tells you more about the world and the context of everything. Yeah, it's okay if you don't know. It's okay if you don't know. Just know that I personally am pro filler to an extreme. I love filler episodes with very rare exceptions. I am almost always going to be happy to watch a filler episode. Imagine this, you have a little break and then you stand up. Gotta wash my hands. All right, time to get back to work. So silly. Shonen shoujo? No, not necessarily what I'm talking about. I just encountered a couple terms at some point that specifically refer to storytelling types, where one is plot focused and one is more like world building focused. But it's okay if we don't know the distinct Japanese terms that I encountered randomly one specific day, because there are English words for these too. Yeah. Hmm. All right, let me pick a new thing. Herm. This is a quick answer. When I broke my toe, was it related to double vision choreo? No. As far as I know, there's no choreography specifically now. For the music video, it was just freestyling. I broke my toe when I was learning choreography to a Vocaloid song that has really heavy kicks in it. Yeah, there was a Vocaloid song I was learning the chorus dance to, and you have to kick your legs really fast and really hard in that one. And I kicked my bed with full force, and I broke my pinky toe. Yeah, it was not related to anything important or anything related to the deal. Yeah, the signing. Which song? You might know it. I wonder if you could guess it just based on that description. I'll keep this fun. If you can guess what the song is that has really hard and high kicks in it over and over again, if you can guess it successfully, I'll tell you that that's the right one. Is this one Maria has done? I think Maria, in fact, has done this dance. I think she's done it a couple times, maybe. Niji-san? No, I will remind you that this is specifically a Vocaloid song. Vocaro. And I'll also give you the hint that this is a newer one. I'm just curious to see if you... I don't mind to tell you. I'll just tell you right here in a few minutes if you don't guess it. I'm just curious to see if you could recognize it based on that description. This is a slightly newer Vocaloid song, and I think the choreography is more related to a cover of the song, potentially, if I'm remembering the origin of the song correctly, rather than the original music video. Mesmerizer? No, it is not Mesmerizer. Ifudodo? No. That one has some fun choreography, but yeah, no. I need you to know the kicks in this one are very aggressive and fast. Like, if I tell you the song and you can look at the choreography for it, you will have a very vivid mental picture, I imagine, of what caused me to break my toe. King RPG Tetris? No. No. All wrong. This is a new song. This song came out within the last decade. I think maybe the last 5 years, but I don't actually know. I wasn't there paying attention when it came out. I discovered it a little later. Yeah, I think it came out within the last few years, probably. Happy Synthesizer. I will remind you that this song is slightly new. This is a very new song compared to some of the classic ones. Bibideba. I will remind you that this is a Vocaloid song. All right, let's compile our clues. I'm just curious to see if you can guess it. This is a Vocaloid song that came out within the last 5 to 10 years. I think. I'm pretty sure the last 3 years. That has big high kicks in it. Oh, my game just crashed. Okay, let me get this game going again. Yeah, the game just crashed. That doesn't happen very often. All right, let's see if we can just continue. Yeah, I will give you this hint too, because you've guessed this. The choreography is specifically from Project Sekai. It's from Puro Seka. The choreography is not associated with the original music video. I wonder why it crashed. There it is, Konton Boogie. Yeah, that was the dance that broke my toe. It was the choreography for Kontom Boogie. Oh, please tell me it continues from where we left off. Yeah, if you look at the choreography for the chorus of Kontom Boogie, you will understand instantly the exact moment that I broke my toe. I don't think I've ever told you till today what song it was, but that was the song that I was learning. I am like 99% sure because I remember the moment. Somebody said it? Oh, well, I missed it. You gotta say it louder. You can't whisper it. You have to say it a little louder. I'm multitasking. In my defense, I was actually trying really, really hard to catch every single one. Oh, though I think YouTube also automatically holds certain things. Yeah. So there is a chance that it just straight up did not show it to me as well. You said it 2 times. I'm sorry. 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 Okay. Yeah, that was the song. I was going to tell you either way. I just wanted to see if you could guess it based on that vague description or not. Because I think the high kicks of that one are kind of distinctive. Yeah, I was learning the dance to that one. It's pretty intense. You have a vivid image of it now, right? Yeah, just take that as an anecdote to this, like, completely explain just how weak my dancing is right now. So that someday, after great intense effort, when I can showcase my decent dancing that I will someday have, you'll know just how bad it used to be and how much work it took to get there, and you'll have a deep sense of appreciation. And you'll say, gosh, Kaelix is so cool. He worked so hard to be a half-decent dancer. Is Kontom Boogie dangerous? It's not that the dance itself is dangerous, it's just that it's dangerous to do it in an environment with lots of furniture or obstacles, and with a sense of reckless abandon, or like a general aspect of clumsiness, both of which I live my life with. So I was just doing these really high and hard kicks in the dance, and I went straight for my bed frame, which, mind you, is made of pretty durable metal. Yeah, I have like a full metal bed frame for my bed. And my toe did not take it so well. I had to go straight to the hospital. I canceled my stream. And I had to wear like a, what are they called? I had to wear a splint and a funny boot for multiple weeks. But thankfully, I didn't have to wear a cast. The break was relatively small, and the doctor said I was very lucky in the way that it broke. Yeah, so lesson learned. If I'm going to dance, I need to rearrange my furniture a little bit more. And to this day, I do. I actually found a really convenient way to rearrange the furniture in my room accessibly so that I'd have more room to dance. And then I could just put it right back the way it was afterwards. Yeah, I'm totally okay now. My pinky toe is in pristine condition. It's doing awesome. There's no pain. I can bend it perfectly in every direction it's supposed to bend in. No lasting issues whatsoever. Just a general sense of fear and caution now. Now I know to practice fear. Sometimes we need fear and sometimes we need shame. And I just needed to be put in my place there a little bit. And now I know. My hubris brought me too close to the sun, and my wax wings got instantly melted down to nothing. But now, hopefully, in my path that I'm paving to being a decent dancer, hopefully it will not be paved with any more injury. Did I tell the doctor? No. I just told him that I bumped into something. which is just as believable, thankfully, because people bump their toes all the time because our pinky toes are not very optimal for the lives that we live now as humans. Pinky toes, evolutionarily speaking, are very important for doing things like climbing trees. You know, when we were still climbing trees as monkeys, I imagine having our pinky toes structured the way they once were was very helpful and important. But when you live in a house and you pay bills and you have furniture to kick by accident, they're they're a bit less optimal, unfortunately. But that's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, I just slightly bumped into something, that's all. Nothing to worry about, doctor. Just give me a quick x-ray and patch me up and I'll be right on my way. Last time I climbed a tree, I think I climbed a tree about 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to climb a tree now. You're making me realize it's been a while since I've climbed a tree. I actually used to climb trees like a fiend when I was a kid. I loved climbing trees. They could not keep me out of them. I'd actually get in trouble for it sometimes because I loved climbing so much. I just love being high up. You know, it's very satisfying. It's like, I don't know, maybe the dog allegations are wrong and maybe I'm actually just a cat. I'm not a dog. I'm a cat. Who's that sound like? But I don't know. I just like being high up. Fear of heights could not handle me because I love having a higher vantage point than the rest of the world. So naturally, you can imagine I'm very happy with my height. Very happy being the tallest in NIJISANJI EN and taller than most people in my life. And when I stand in the live house, no matter where I am, I can always see the stage super clearly. It's awesome. Okay. Maybe we should just go ahead and soap up everything. That song's gonna be stuck in my head now that I'm thinking about it. I'm getting flashbacks of my injury. Wonder how I'm gonna get up there. Haha. Parkour. Oh yeah, I need another conversation card. See, I almost got sucked in again. I almost got sucked in again. It's happening again. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. If I pay too much attention to what I'm doing in the game, you're gonna gradually disappear from my mind, and I don't want that to happen. Ah, in Japanese first person, do I prefer ore in hiragana, ore in katakana, or ore in kanji? I've actually fluctuated between a few. I don't know if you've noticed. On debut, I wrote it as ore with hiragana because hiragana was the only thing that I could read. And I still don't know any kanji. Or I know very few kanji. I don't know very many. So for a long time, I wrote it as ore in hiragana. But now, I've since learned katakana, and I've found that writing my first person pronoun in katakana is kind of a way to demonstrate my personal skills, like the amount that I know, which is very little. It's a little cartoonish, admittedly, and I'm aware of that, but I feel that starting an interaction with ore in katakana sets a very clear expectation for how much I can understand. And that, for me, is very valuable. Yeah, so I have since switched to ore in katakana. Now, if the day comes that I am super knowledgeable in Japanese and I speak it really well and that I understand everything, if that day comes, there is potential for me to switch to ore in kanji. I expect that if that day ever comes, it'll be a very long time from now, because learning is a little difficult for me. I don't have the time to study adequately. But yeah, so right now I prefer ore in katakana. That is my current preferred personal pronoun. Just because I feel that it makes the most sense with my current level. Yeah, that's where I stand right now. It may change. It has changed. So it may change again. Where's the rest of you? Where's the rest of you? Anyone else? You want some too? I don't know who that is. I don't know who just possessed my body. I don't know which disgruntled Victorian man just came over me. You thought I would use boku? Now, I want you to tell me, why do you think I would use boku? Explain that to me. You think I'm a boku? Naze? Why am I boku? Do you think I'm totemo kawaii? do you think I'm cute? Though boku is also more of like a polite personal pronoun. I think that's why Zeal uses it. It's seen as very proper. Like self-humbling, you know? And I think in some ways I can be very humble. But I don't know. When I talk with people, I kind of prefer to be familiar. At least in English. I prefer to speak more familiarly because I find that it breaks a lot of the unnecessary tension. I like speaking with people like a bro. Do you think I should use boku because everybody else uses boku and by the beat? I'm nothing like y'all. I just had to be different. I don't know where the rest of this is. There we are. Oh! Wait! Ah-ha-ha! I figured it out. I read a word. I exercised literacy for once. Yeah, I just had to be different. And I don't know. I feel at peace with ore. I feel that it suits me. It's just the one that I use. That's just me. There are times where more neutral... And I realize that boku is not necessarily feminine. And it's not necessarily neutral so much as like humble or polite in some cases. Yeah, I find that while I'm okay with more neutral forms of expression when it comes to gender, and I'm okay with even slightly feminine things at times I personally align a lot more to the masculine. And I feel like a deeper sense of comfort in my identity and who I am when I affirm that. Yeah. That's where I stand with that stuff. Awesome! Could you see me referring to myself in third person? Yeah, that'll be my new first person pronoun. It'll just be Kaelix. I do that sometimes, actually. I do actually do that on purpose. As an extension of my Elmo thing, where it started as saying, like, that was too much for Elmo. And then it evolved to, like, Kaelix had a really difficult time today. Yeah, I do actually sometimes willfully refer to myself in third person. But I don't know. I feel like in Japanese, that's almost like mascot tier pronoun. Just referring to yourself by your own name. Kaelix wa. I instantly shrink down into a little creature. Oh, there's the time lapse. Oh, it's so satisfying to watch. And I can see my swag. Look at that. There it is. Oh. What a satisfying process. Doing it spatially like this. All right, let's go straight to the next one. Ooh, campsite. This has multiple spots. This is the first time that it's been like disconnected. My goat is washing. Kaelix are washing this. Any other pronouns? Just ore. Yeah, and likewise in English, just he, him. But obviously, you know, I don't care if you do anything else. That's your prerogative. Honestly, even removed from that, I've always preferred names. Only refer to me as Kaelix and nothing else. Uchi, yeah, I've known a couple Uchis. I've interacted with a couple of people that use Uchi. Uchi wa. Could you imagine? I feel like maybe there's a timeline where I'd use like jibun. I've seen a couple of those too. But yeah, where I am currently, and with what knowledge I have, I just feel like ore is the best suited pronoun. How did I get the name Kaelix? Well, my parents met each other, and they loved each other very, very much. And things were tumultuous at first. You never know. You never know how things are going to go in a new romance. But somewhere in the midst of all that tumultuous mess, my mother got pregnant, and 9 months later, she gave birth to me. They had a few names that they liked. My mom thought it would be cool to name me after a couple guys that she knew in college. And that's where my name comes from. Pretty standard, I think. True story. My dad wanted to name me something else, and I'm not going to tell you what he wanted to name me, but I thank every higher power that he did not name me what he wanted to name me. I'll take Kaelix. Okay, wait, how do I do this again? Ah, that feels so good. Ah, yeah. I've said this before, but Debonair is a stage name. I picked that out myself. I will never tell you my real last name. Ha 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 ha. I hope you don't mind. I gotta practice safety on the internet. Wanted to name me Lixie? No. He wanted to give me... I'm trying to think of how to explain this while avoiding certain things. He wanted to give me a very old name. And I don't mean a name that you'd meet like an old man with that name. You know, like there are like old man and old woman names like Edith Laurel, stuff like that. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking like historically old. He wanted to give me one of those names. And a really uncommon one too, I will say, because there are some old historic names that are still popularly used. My dad wanted to name me something really, really old and only really used to refer to the original person with that name. I won't tell you what it was. But yeah, no, I'm very thankful that my mom won for that one. My dad ended up naming my sisters. My mom named me and my brothers. That's how it ended up working out. Yeah. Is this done? Awesome. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. All right, we can do this now. Don't even bother guessing. I won't tell you what it was. Yeah, very thankful that I have more of like a cool Kira Kira type name. I'll probably never find my name on like a soda can or on a lanyard at a gas station or anything, but it is pretty much, the chances are pretty much almost zero that I meet somebody with my name. I've never met another Kaelix. All right. Oh, beautiful. Isn't it just beautiful? That wood would be so soggy after getting power washed now. This almost looks like a horror scene. Can we power wash at night in this game? I would actually kind of like that. That'd be kind of sick. Oh yeah, there's a baby named Kaelix. I almost forgot. Yeah, there's a baby named Kaelix, and he has a brother named Vanta. Somebody named their twins after me and Vanta. I remember. All right, wait. I need to get a new conversation card. How many languages can you introduce yourself in? All right, let's see. I'm not prepared for this. I didn't practice any. All right, hello. I am Kaelix Debonair. Hola, me llamo Kaelix Debonair. Mucho gusto. ¿Qué tal? Bonjour, je suis Kaelix Debonair. I can't remember the personal pronoun in German, so I can't do that one. Thinking emoji. I'm trying to think of the deeper ones before the more obvious ones. There's like, obviously, Yaho, kyo kite kurete. Kaelix Debonair to moshimasu. Hai, hajimemashite. There is, oh, I learned this one. You taught me this on Lunar New Year. On the Lunar New Year. 大家好，我是by the beat 的保镖 Kaelix Debonair. Ooh, that's a newer one. Oh yeah, I've done this one recently. Yo, Akonaparashi, Kaelix Debonair. Oh, though I learned recently, I did a post asking for fun facts and trivia. Apparently, I can, if I want to be respectful, I can say, what was it? Akanapo Palashi, Kaelix Debonair. I can throw in the po if I want to be humble. Akanapo Palashi. Salamat pagi. Yeah, somebody taught me that recently. Let's see. What else do I know? Saluton. Mi namo estas Kaelix. Let's see. What else can I say? I'm running out of languages. Yeah, that was Esperanto. Esperanto. Muy bien. Oh, no, no, no. No es da español. Es da Esperanto. No. Actually, I don't actually know what the word for Esperanto is in Spanish. I defaulted to Esperanton, which is the name for the language in Esperanto, but it might just be Esperanto, like Esperanto without the N. I don't actually know. Thinking emoji. It's just Esperanto? Ah, okay, okay, okay. En español. I see. Oh yeah, good idea. Oh yeah, and then I could also do I could do what other languages do I have? Sol Miatso Kasimchi ga Kaelix. Glarga Blarga. Oh, Pig Patton? Pig Patton. Who's that? John Pork's cousin, Pig Patton. Igpay Attenley is how that works, right? So it'd be, hello, hey. Aime. Aimne. Oh, wait, that'd be, just my Aimne, right? How do you, I can't remember the specific rules for Pig Latin, actually. I've forgotten them. For shorter words, Aimne is Kaelix K. I'm trying to think, do I know any other languages for self-intro? No, I do not know a lot of languages. These are just languages that I know how to say, hello, my name is. I do not know a lot of languages. I have something similar to Pig Latin, though. Have I ever exposed you to Anga Speak? I think I may have exposed you to this at least once, a long time ago. I think we were playing Stardew Valley. This is a long time ago since I last used it. But me and my cousin took a one-off joke from the Fred movie, and we expanded it into a full conlang with rules. So Anga Speak, the full name is whoa. Sorry. The original way we pronounced it was Longanangangua Gange was the full name. But I think the better way to say it would actually be Longgangangua Jang would be the better way to say it. Longgangangua Jang is the way I would do it now, because I've since adjusted the way I pronounce it out loud so it's easier to understand. So with Anga Speak, which is the shorthand English name for it, it is an English conversion system similar to Pig Latin. So it's not a true conlang so much as one where you just modify a language that already exists. You just add rules to it, where what you do is you add ONG, like ong, to consonants, you know, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, etc. And then you leave the vowels alone. An example is the word language, which is what the name of it is. It's just the word language converted into it. The old way we would do it is we would pronounce each vowel individually and each consonant separately. So we would do long anong gongua gonge. So you would do like the long vowel sound for everything. But I've since decided that it would actually be easier to understand if you match the sound of the consonants and the vowels in the word, so that rather than spelling it out, you just kind of process it naturally. Which is why I changed it to Longgangangguage Jong. Longgangangguage Jong, sorry. So for example, to say, hey, my name is Kaelix, it would be Hange Mangai Nangemong Izong Kange Longeksang. Does that make sense? You add OMG to the consonants, and you pronounce the vowels the way that they're pronounced in the word. Yeah. It's like a secret code. The reason we had the idea was because when we were really little, there was a Fred movie where there's a bit on the beach where she's like, what are you, Dong Ye Fong? He's like, what's Dong Ye Fong? Deaf, add on to consonants is what she says. We took that and we expanded it. Say it so naturally. Well, I mean, there was a time when we did it a lot. So you had to be able to do it in real time. But the most natural way to do it, so that it's easier, like even easier to understand, but also easier to decrypt for people that aren't familiar with it, is to throw it in the manga dongalong of a sentence. Manga dongalong. That's a bit of a harder word, but yeah, you throw it in the manga dongalong of a sentence, so you can kind of get it just based on context, even if you don't actually know the code. Yeah, the middle of a sentence. That's right. Oh my gosh, look at you. You're basically a prango now. You're a prango fonga shang nongalong. Longer words are a bit hongardong, but if you prangak tongasong, you can get a lot fongastongarong. Yeah, you can get fongastongarong if you work really hard. You get all that? Yeah, feel free to teach it to your friends. And then gossip about people while they're in the same room. We would basically just use this whenever we didn't want my mom to hear what we were talking about. She'd be like, I told you to stop. I told you to speak English. And we just laugh. You can understand it, but you can't replicate it. I see. Is it too hangardang? Hey, listen. I bangalongivang in you. All right. I will always bangalongivang in you. I will never gangivang apang on you. I will be rangutangingang for you forever. Do you understand? You're starting to get it? That's the natural process usually. After I've explained it and done it for a bit, people usually grasp it whenever I've explained it to my friends before. It gets to a point where you can kind of figure it out, especially if I just throw it in the manga dongalong of a sentence instead of just doing, you know, evangarangi wangerdong inong asangan tongas ensong. Wangachong isong tangain donga hangardong tangu grangaspang. Bangatong ifang yangu prangak tongasong alongatong yangu kanganong gangatong evangan chongu alongi. Evangan chongu alongi. Sangarangi. Vangatong wangerdong isong abangatong tongu longongang. You know what I mean? Like if you say every single word in the code, it's a lot harder to understand. And it's honestly also a little bit harder to speak. But if you practice, it comes to you eventually. I'm a little rusty. It's been years since I've done this, but like not years since I've done it, but years since I've used it actively with somebody else that can do it. But I practiced a lot when I was young, so it's still there to an extent. Whatever you say. Okay, pickleball. I come out here and I teach you my cool stuff. That's what you gotta say. Do you hate me? Do a whole stream? Do you think so? Would you watch? Would you? Wangodong yangu longest song enong tangu mangi. Wangodong yangu rangi longi. Banga kangazang I dongontang thanginkang yangu wangodong bangi vangarangi and tanger tangenang. Sorry. The dong. So that we sorry. That's and tangarangain tang whoa. And tanger tangain dong. There it is. And Tongarong. Oh, and Tongar Tongain Dong. That's a hard word. I don't know if I could do it. I'd have to practice a bit. Don't worry, I'm lost too that time. You need subtitles? Oh, you need Sangub Tongai Tongos Tongalongs? Sorry. Some words are harder for me than others. So I choke up a little bit. You think you'd understand if I did it for longer? Inga dinga durgan. Happy Leif Erikson Day. I don't know if I have any actual languages beyond the ones I did, though, that I can introduce myself in. There are others where I know how to say other basic things like hello or like thank you. But I don't know about any others where I can introduce myself. I'm not remembering any. Ah, you would understand more if I spoke Slongawangarong. Wangadong Thongatong Bongi Bongatongarong Bongarong Yangu Mange Bongi Thongatong Kongudong Wangarkong. You understand it? Oh, wow, nice. Slower makes it worse. I see. Songo Yangu Wangadong Pronga Fongarong Ifong I Tongakong Azong Fongastong Azong I Konganong. Kongazong I Kongadong Trongai Bongatong Itzong a Bongatong Hongardong Fongarong Monkey. Are you entertained? You know, we've come a long way from the beginning of today's stream. At the start, I was struggling to form thoughts, much less vocalize them into words, but now we're talking. We're having conversations. Nature is healing. I'm learning. Yeah, it's okay. I think that's enough Anga speak for today. Don't worry, I won't trouble you with that anymore, but thank you for listening. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world when I was younger. Yeah, we're going back, don't worry. Yeah, Dongat song and Nanga Fong. Okange? Vietnamese? No, I do not know. I know, what is it? Xin Chao Kekpan? Is that how you say it? I know nothing else. Yeah. That's it. I never learned. Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think I pronounced that wrong. Yeah. I can't remember for sure. Sun Chao Kekpan. Is that how that's pronounced? Sun. I don't know. I don't know the phonemic inventory for Vietnamese is the other thing. So even if it's written out for me, I won't be able to pronounce it. Ah. I see. Oh well, maybe someday. Yeah, anything else is in the same territory where I don't know how to introduce myself, and at most I know like one phrase. The phonemic. The phonemic inventory. Every language has what is called a phonemic inventory, which is basically like a table that shows every sound that is used and how that sound is made, like where in the mouth it's made and how you produce it at that point. Yeah. For example, in the English phonemic inventory, we make an R sound like at that specific part of our mouth. But in the Spanish phonemic inventory, it's called an ere, and it's tapped against the front of the hard palate with the tongue. It's a different sound, even though it represents the same letter. Yeah, so that's a phonemic inventory. So if you read a phonemic inventory, you can learn a lot, not everything, but you can learn a lot about how a language is pronounced out loud. Anyway, mentioned before that you had an interest in optometry/ophthalmology. Any reason why? So I've mentioned that I went to a special school specifically for math, science, and engineering. And in my case, I focused a lot on science of those three. I did not do as much for math or engineering. And when it came to the science, my favorite courses in general when I was studying were those related to biology, particularly human biology. Those related to sexual reproduction, like human sexual reproduction, and like specifically as it pertains to genetic stuff, like congenital conditions and like heredity, the things you inherit from your parents when you're born. Those two, and then human anatomy specifically, basic A&P, anatomy and physiology. I really, really liked those. I found those courses to be the most interesting. And when I was taking, I did university biology first. When I was taking that, there was a very brief unit on the structure of the eye and the physics of the eye, like how we process the light that we take in and how that light bends in order to produce a picture that we can understand. And I was very interested at that point, just in like the very brief unit. And then when later on I took A&P, anatomy and physiology, we did a more in-depth unit on it, and I really, really liked it. I just found it really interesting. And aside from that, this was at a time of my life, there was a practical reason that I considered it too. This is at a time in my life where, due to a number of things, I was convinced that the only acceptable path for me in adulthood was to become some kind of medical professional. And when it came to it, I liked learning about medical sciences, but I had zero interest in any of the careers. I did not want to be a doctor. I did not want to be a surgeon. I had a brief interest in doing stuff more related to genetics, as I mentioned, maybe like OBGYN. But ultimately, when I thought about the career application of anything I could study, I was most interested in, you know, one or two. One or two. Yeah, so that's the main reason. But also, it was just the one that I found the most cool of all the units that I studied. Yeah, fun in theory, but not so much in practice is the way it worked out for me. Other people, they want to get through the studying as fast as possible because it's the actual hands-on stuff that they look forward to. But I don't know. In my mind, the medical environment is just not one that I would thrive in very much working there. I have a lot of respect for people that work in health or in medical stuff. Even just on like a non-medical but managerial level, just working in the environment of like doctors' offices, hospitals, independent practices. I just think that environment in general can take its toll on people. I imagine it does, at least. And I've known some who were in that position. Just because you deal with you deal with so much misfortune. The job is literally to help people when they're down. And I don't know if I could handle that very well long term. I want to help people and I want to make people happy. But I think I don't know, the way I see it, I don't know if I am built for dealing with that all the time like other people are. I'm not strong enough in the right way. My strengths are elsewhere, I think. I'm more like the clown that you bring to the hospital to cheer kids up, you know? That's me. I'm the guy that shows up in the Spider-Man costume. But yeah, there was a time where I was convinced that that was the only way for me to go. that would be acceptable. I did not end up going that way. Thank goodness, right? But I did actually like studying. I did not go very far. I had many, many more years to study if I were to go through with it, like as a true career. But I just realized I didn't finish this. I treated it like a fire pit. But yes, I did like what I studied. That's the reason I ever considered it. It was a combination of vague interest in the material on paper and just like a sense of necessity that frankly was not very real. Maybe not real, but realistic. It was not very realistic. Yeah. Very thankful that things worked out for me. All right. Let's see. Thoughts on antiquing. Some people think things are haunted or have strange energies, but I personally love it. I am right there with you. I've definitely been met with a lot of people that are a bit more superstitious about borrowing or reclaiming things that were previously owned by other people who may not be around anymore. You may know that I'm a total skeptic of most things. Like to a very annoying degree, to a fault. I am skeptical. I will not believe in a ghost, for example, until I see one, even if I like ghosts in theory and if I want to see one. I won't believe that it's real until I experience it. And I also think from a very practical mindset of, you know, the person who once used this is no longer here. If I leave this here, there's a chance that this item will just become waste. The way I see it, it's more... I think it's more appropriate to show love to that which cannot receive it anymore, you know? So I have a deep love for the thrifted, for the antique, for the reclaimed. I love it all. I even prefer it in certain cases. For example, most of my clothes. My work uniform was made to fit. It was made specifically for me. Totally new. And I have a few things in my wardrobe that I bought totally new. But genuinely, like 95% of my wardrobe came from a thrift store. And I specifically only really like the stuff that looks like it would have a ghost attached to it. Like the really old stuff. Because in the case of fashion, I think older clothes are just made better. Yeah, I think older clothes are made really, really well. I think they last longer. And I also just love the style of a lot of older clothes. So I am personally a big fan of antiquing. I apply it to my furniture as well. It's not accessible enough for me to reach out and grab it and show it to you, but I bring this to a really deep extreme in one particular case. You may know that I also love thrifting monkey plush toys. I check like bargain bins for toys to see if I can find any there sometimes. And there was this one particular instance where I saw what looked like a monkey laying on its belly at the top of the bin, right? So you could see it from the back. You could see the vague humanoid brown fur shape of what looked like a monkey. I picked it up and turned it over, and it had the face of like a porcelain doll, like a baby. So it was kind of like a Labubu type structure, you know, where it's like fur around with a hole for the face. But the face was like a porcelain baby. And people see those as like the single most spooky haunted antique ever, usually. Porcelain dolls. I'm personally not a collector of porcelain dolls, but when I saw that, I knew instantly that if I did not take it with me, it would go straight for a landfill. So in my monkey collection, which is like 99% monkeys, or no, maybe more accurately, like about 60 to 70% monkeys, and then around 30 to 40% gorillas or apes. In this collection that is so predominantly true primate, one of them is actually a slightly creepy porcelain doll in a monkey suit. and I love it very much. If it has a ghost attached to it, then this ghost has been my good luck charm since I got it, because my life has gone so right since I did that. Do I name them? No. I realize this might be a disappointing answer, because I get that question a lot, asking if I name my plush toys, but I do not. A couple of them have names, but only the ones that are like official IP monkeys. Like Diddy Kong has a name. Porter from Animal Crossing has a name. But most of them are not named. However, this particular doll that I just mentioned does have a name. It came with one. It had a little tag around its hand to verify its authenticity. It was one of a very small, limited collection, and its name is Sunflower. Funny enough. You cannot make that up, yeah. I went on a whole deep dive trying to look into the group that made them, too, to see if I could find more online, and it was really difficult to find anything, actually. Yeah, it was a really, really niche thing. Very, very small collection. Very small number of dolls in the series. I figured out how to get up here again. I forgot I have ladders. I'm so used to parkour for everything. Man. It was called Sunflower, but it didn't actually look like a sunflower. It had like purple petals on it. Yeah, all that to say, I am personally a big fan of antiquing. I'm not superstitious at all when it comes to ghosts or goblin ghouls. I personally do not believe in them. I don't think they're real. No disrespect. If you live your life with superstition, that is totally respectable and totally normal. You've got nothing to be ashamed of, just to be clear. Just as I have nothing to be ashamed of for being a skeptic and a logician. That's just how I live my life. Yeah. Ah! Like an item label plush? Not really. It looks more like the kind of doll that you would find, like... You know when they do those, like, those repo auctions? Like when somebody leaves this world and they have a house full of old things. It looks like a doll you would find in the auction for, like, an old manor that had an old lady living alone in it for 10 billion years. That's what the doll looks like, to give you a better picture. I'd be powerful in Gachiakta. Oh my gosh, would that be my thing? I've not watched Gachiakta, but I know the concept because there was a TikTok trend about it before I deleted the app forever. Yeah, people would like do little costume sets based on what they thought their item would be, their weapon, their tool. I do maintain my monkey plushies. I periodically de-stuff the bigger ones so that I can wash them. The smaller ones, I don't really wash them super consistently because it's gotten to too big of a number for me to do it for every single one. So what I do instead is I do a very light cleaning. Some of them I'll wash, some of them I won't. Some of them I'll more just like do an external cleaning, like dusting and wiping. Yeah, I do take care of my monkeys. And I have done so for many years. So maybe my special item would be an army of little monkeys. Or I guess maybe they'd become real monkeys. Maybe I'd be like the Wicked Witch of the West. And I just have like a whole legion to my disposal. At my disposal, rather. Oh, it's so good. This game is so dangerous. I like it a lot. Yeah, that could be my item. Or maybe it could be my glasses. I take care of my glasses. I maintain those. I clean them very consistently, and I clean and keep multiple pairs, actually. I have multiple pairs that I wear based on how I want to dress now. There have been times where I only had one at a time, but I'm in a position now where I can actually wear old prescriptions without an issue. So every time I get a new prescription or anytime I go in for an update and it's the same, I just get a new style. Yeah, it could be something with glasses. Maybe I could turn my glasses into something that can, like, see the future. I don't know. I want to get into that. But again, it's in the same territory as all the other anime and manga that I want to watch and read. Where it's like, I know I would like it just based on what I can tell from a quick glance at it. I know it's cool, and I know I'd enjoy it. I just feel almost a sense of guilt when I spend my time on stuff like that. Can I put this back, please? Can I put this back on the ground? I don't want this here anymore. Okay, it can be here then. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it someday. That'd be nice. I have some friends that really, really like Gachiakta. Oh, on the yellow? Does that work? I think putting it on the yellow just makes it go there. I want it to be on the ground. Yeah, it's just gonna stay there. That's okay. The ladder's just here to stay. The ladder is out. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since we discussed what was in and out, hasn't it? All right, what's in and what's out? Let's discuss. Ask me for my verdict. What is in and what is out right now? 6-7 is out. 6-7 has been decidedly out for months, and I've proclaimed it so consistently. I'm still willing to say that the 6-7 hand motion is in, but exclusively the hand motion and nothing else. Saying it out loud is not in, has not been in since like middle of last year. 6-7 has been out. Poggers. I think Poggers is out, but it was such a deep classic that it could always make a resurgence. You know, there's always potential for Poggers to return and take a little step in, you know? At the end of the day, I think that's in. I think it's seeing an uptick recently. Yeah, at the end of the day was out for a while, but I think it's in again. Fafo is in. Fafo is in, and it is thriving right now. Fafo will probably remain in for about a month or two. My personal bet, though I don't expect it, it's more like a bet that I'm placing with myself, is that Fafo will last about 3 more weeks. I'm thinking that by May, it will be out, is my personal bet. But I expect that it will actually remain well into summer. Like July. What is FAFO? So FAFO is a more recent acronym piece of slang. It is the abbreviation of the phrase freak around, find out, except freak is another word that I just don't say on stream. Or honestly, in general, I don't even curse off stream anymore. I don't know if I've ever told you that. Yeah, I used to curse like a sailor, but I've gone back to my original origin of not cursing on or off stream. When I was trying to think of how to describe this to you. For a really, really long time, I never cursed. And then for a couple years, I had a phase where I cursed a lot. And now I don't curse again. I've gone back. Yeah, FAFO means freak around, find out. It basically is to say that, like, if you mess around enough, you're going to find out what will happen as a consequence. That's what it means. It's basically like mess around and find out. If you meddle in people's business for long enough, they're going to come bite you about it. You know, it'll bite you back. If you meddle in stuff that is not your business or in something that's dangerous, you're probably going to suffer for it. That's what FAFO is. Debut, I used to curse sometimes. I don't think that's very accurate. I think around debut, I cursed a grand total of how many times? What, 5 times total? Across very many streams? I would not say sometimes. Sometimes implies that it's like more frequent. But yeah, I will say that on debut, I was just coming out of my more recent phase where I was cursing a lot. So it took a little bit for me to phase it out in times of stress. Yeah. It was super rare because I had made efforts in like as a trainee to phase it out because I knew from the beginning that it was something I didn't want to do. Because I want to be a good influence to people that are learning English. And also, my content is not for children. But, you know, I know that children are going to see it anyway, so. Even if I'm not going to make content that is geared towards children, I'm going to try to avoid most things that I consider to be a bad influence. With rare exceptions. Yeah, I only curse when I'm tested. But I think even when I'm tested, I manage to hold it back now. Oh yeah, did I ever tell you about the your mother thing too? Yeah, that was another thing that I had to phase out as a trainee. I had to phase out your mom jokes. Or rather than had to, it's more like chose to phase out. Because that's a type of joke that can be misunderstood based on the language that you speak. In English, your mom jokes are a very normal and funny and, like, meaningless thing. But translated to other languages, it could be interpreted to be, like, the highest form of insult. Yeah, so I had to actively... And, oh my gosh, you can ask by the beat if the time is right at some point. They can vouch. It was relentless before I made an effort to phase it out. I said it for so many years, and I had to phase it out basically overnight. Yeah. I think I said your mom or your mother, especially your mother. I was more of a your mother guy than a your mom guy. Or Joe Mama. I was a your mother guy. I would always say your mother. I'd indulge her with her full title, you know? I said that, and I said jokes about that, I think from 12 years old all the way into adulthood. It spanned so much of my life. And now it's gone. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted sometimes. I'm tempted sometimes. There are times to this day where somebody will ask me a question and my brain will autofill something about their mother in response. And then I have to take a pause to think about an actual answer that is considerate and respectful. But again, just to be totally clear, in English, it's not an insulting thing at all. And there's generally no actual intent or even thought of the other person's mother when you say it. It's just a joke that people say. And growing up, it's just what people said. It's what I said. At least. I honestly think I used it more than the people I was around, like my peers in school. And I held on to it for a lot longer than everybody else, too. Ah, you like my mom jokes? That was the joke about Muscle Man, right? If you ever watched regular show, there was a character named Muscle Man who would always make everything about his own mom. And what makes that funny is that generally when people say that, they're actually making digs at other people's moms. It's like, you know who else does this? Your mom. But he doesn't say that. He says, my mom. It's funny. It's like a twist. Very charming. All right, moment of truth. Ah, man. I wanted to see if I could keep the door totally clean. Like avoid getting any water on it. It would have been really satisfying. But that's okay. All right. Ha. Nice. Is there anything else? Let's see. I knew I missed parts of this, but where? Oh, it's here. All the tiny little pieces that I missed now. Where's the rest of you? That was a little hard. Where is it? Now what if what? What if what? You're making me nervous. It's just the roof and the lantern. All right, and then finally, haha. Feels good. Oh yeah, and and like no, because in the grand scheme of things, yeah, but all right. Oh, look at that. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, so satisfying. Oh. Oh, I love it. I want to watch it again. Oh, it's beautiful. Again! 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 Oh my goodness. Maybe we shouldn't do another one. Maybe this is dangerous. This is a pretty big one, looks like. And I bet we're gonna go inside after too. What is going on over there? What's that? I'm scared. How long does it look like this one is gonna take? I can do at most one more, but I think this is already really pushing it for me. Because as I mentioned, I've got a bunch of stuff I have to do as my deadlines for the night. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's do just one more. One more. Just one more. But maybe not. Oh, but maybe I'm scared to start it because I know that when I start it, I won't want to stop till I finish, but I really do need to be out of here within the next like 30 to an hour. Ideally closer or less than 30 minutes. Closer to or less than 30 minutes, rather. See what the audience has to say. Yeah, as far as my energy and readiness goes, I could definitely do more, but like I mentioned, I've got some deadlines. Yeah, I think we should pick up on this place. Oh, whoops. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll just do the porch, okay? Only the porch. Nothing else. No walls, no doors, no windows. Only the porch. All right? Just the porch. Nothing else is allowed. Because I accidentally sprayed the soap and now it's going to bother me. Only the porch, okay? Just the porch. Nothing else. Let's keep it reasonable. It was totally accidentally, though. Yeah, whenever I click out of the game to handle something else for the stream, when I click back into the game, I always end up accidentally spraying. I've done that a few times today. Can I run out of soap? I've noticed a few times that there's like an orange gauge that is gradually going down, but I've never noticed what makes it go up afterwards. Does spraying water make it go up, I wonder? I'm not going to be able to do the whole thing around, am I? What if I accidentally spray the wall? Well, that's not going to happen, but if that happened, I would have no choice but to wash the wall. Because having just like having a big circle of soap in the middle of the wall would be very unattractive. I know that I sprayed a little bit on the wall, even here, but that's okay. What I mean is if I got it like on the middle, like that. I think I'm gonna have to switch to water. Oh no. Aw, man, the wall messed up my flow. Messed up my funky flow. Okay, watch this. Interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm on a roll right now. It feels so good. I'm still only doing the porch, okay? I never did the wall. We're just doing the porch, all right? Oh, that's so good. Oh. Maybe I could flip it like this. Haha! Okay, and then like here. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, it's ugly. Uh-oh. All good. Those funky noises are kind of crazy, though. I wonder what the deal is with that. Oh, look at that. 綺麗じゃない? Oh no, I did the wall. Uh-oh. You know what that means? No, I gotta take this seriously. Okay, we're gonna do it for real now. Sorry. I got sucked in there for a second. It's just dangerous. This game is dangerous for me. It scratches a very specific itch in my brain. Oh yeah, we'll be playing it again. We will definitely be playing this again in the future. I need to finish it. I need to do all the jobs. I won't stop till this whole city's clean. I don't care how long it takes. Though I expect that would actually take a very long time. So maybe not everything, but... Those bubbles are kind of satisfying. Uh-oh, I did the wall again. You know what that means. We gotta do the whole building now. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, it doesn't look unattractive. Now we have to do... Maybe we could do this. We could do like... We could just do the trim. You know? Wouldn't that be satisfying? Just do the trim of the whole building. Don't you think? That would work. Or maybe, hey, we could quarantine this. We could just do it like we could just do this whole chunk right here. Just this one. You know? Yeah, we could do that. That's fine. Just this one, okay? Nothing else. Just this little piece. Yeah, just this wall. All right, nothing else. Oh, but we got a little of this ceiling, so maybe we could... Yeah, maybe we could... Oh, but that would extend this way. Oh, that's around the whole building. So at that point, we might as well just do the whole thing. I mean, while we're here. Why not, you know? Oh, would you look at that? Uh-oh. You see what I see? Do you see what I see? Uh-oh. See what I did there? Now we have to clean this part too. Oh, and look how asymmetrical it is. I didn't realize we were at the front entrance this whole time. I thought we were around the back. Aw, man. Oops. Oh, well, I guess we might as well do the whole thing. Oh, isn't that just nice? Oh, it's beautiful. Can I just stop? I mean, I could, but it would be so unsatisfying to stop here. Oops, I accidentally cleaned the window a little bit. Now I have to do this whole part of the building. Aw, man. Oops. Aw, my finger slipped. Oops. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I guess we're just gonna have to stay and clean the whole thing. But I guess we gotta start here on the ground. Man, this is a big building. Yeah, the porch is very tall. If you have a problem with this person's choice of housing, it's not my house, so I guess I don't mind. But you should be more respectful. You should not criticize someone's porch just because of how tall it is. You know? That's just not a very nice thing to do. And if someone decides to build their porch vertically and put windows in it just so they can see through, you know, that's their privilege. That's their choice. It's their prerogative. Who are we to criticize their choice in housing? What about my deadlines? Maybe I could get an extension. Oops. maybe I could get a teensy weensy extension. No, I don't do that. I don't do that unless I have to. It's okay. It's not going to take as long. We're just going to do this little area. Right? We're just going to do the porch. And then we'll be done. Yeah, it's okay. Don't you worry. We're gonna be done with this part in like 2 minutes. Don't you see how focused I am? I'm getting a message from Michelle Stone. Is she the person who lives here? I've not been paying attention to these people's stories. I've just been focused on the work. Does porch actually mean whole house? No, no, no. We're only cleaning the porch. You see this section that we're cleaning? That's the porch. And then like this is also the porch. And this up here is the vertical, like it's the raised porch. Haha. You're trying to summon my manager? Tasukete kudasai. Eh? Don't you bring my manager into this. He would approve of this. He'd give me a thumbs up if he saw what I was doing right now. He knows I'll get it done on time. He'd give me a big thumbs up emoji is what he'd give me. Trying to bring my manager into this. Are you crazy? Zen, 大丈夫でしょ? Yeah, I'm just the cleaning guy. Ooh, this is kind of satisfying. And then get a load of this. You ready? Oh, maybe don't get a load of that. Oh, it looks bad. Oh, it's messed up. Oh, I give up. Oh. Okay, we're back. Oh, it's so satisfying. I kind of sounded like Woody Woodpecker there for a second. It's been 2 minutes. Yeah, and I'm almost done. See? Don't you see how close I am to finish with the porch? I told you. You gotta have a little more faith in me, all right? Don't worry, I'm not even gonna need an extension. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'll just get right to work. Yeah. 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 Ah. いい気持ちいい. Feels good, doesn't it? Oh, but see, there's this one little thing that stands out. You see, there's this one little spot. Don't you just want to, like, do this one too? We could just do the front. How about that? Just the front. How? Just that little bit. Oh, my finger slipped. Oh, I put a little water on the window. Now I have to clean the whole window. Oops. Oh, man. What a blunder. I got sticky fingers today. Ah, man. Oops. Whoopsie. Nice place you got here. Tinted windows. Okay, no, we're not gonna do that. All right, we'll stop. I see your game. I see your game immediately, and I'm not gonna allow it. Okay. we can finish this. We can finish. Wait, what's this do? Wait! It included the porch? No! We have to fix this! Oh, God! Oh, God, no! Oh, God! Ah! Oh, that's terrible! Can I reset the whole thing? I thought it would just reset this one little wall. I thought we finished the porch. Oh, man! Ow! Oh, God, no! Oh! 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 Oh my God, what is going on? YouTube, please stop updating things. It was perfect the way it was. Okay, there we go. Anyway, hello, and goodbye. I'm not looking at it. I'm not gonna think about it. We can think about it another time. We can think about it another time. I don't want to think about it. I gotta get out of here. Woo! Yeah, it's a problem for tomorrow's Kaelix. And by tomorrow, I mean like the vague, indefinite futures Kaelix. So, let's wrap. For starters, my schedule got approved in the middle of that, so I can show you that now. As always, let's start by appreciating the beautiful fan art that is featured this week. Oh, isn't it just so cute? Isn't it so awesome? Oh, look at that. Oh. Isn't it just so cute? Yeah, feel free to check out the original illustrator. That is KEIKA_0822_. I have not made my tweet yet, but I will immediately after this stream to publish my schedule there. So if you're interested in finding this specific art, it will be in the replies of that pinned tweet when it goes up. Yeah, here's my impersonation. Does it look like me? Anyway, this is the schedule for this week. I apologize for the delay in figuring things out. I figured everything out that I needed a couple days ago, and then I just got too caught up in my other work, and I did not take the time to put it on paper. So now I have it. I hope you did not mind the wait. Thank you as always for being so patient with me. So today we play Power Wash Simulator 2. I will play it again sometime with you. We will play it again. This is not the last. I liked it a lot. It's really dangerous. But hey, as long as we have like a Q&A box open, we can play it and talk. And I know you love Q&A, right? You love to ask me things. So I'll make it like a Q&A game maybe. Tomorrow, we will take a short walk to admire the falling cherry blossom petals because they are in season right now. Yeah, we took a short walk around this time last year as well, I believe. So it'd be pretty nice to take a second one together. Almost like it's not, I don't remember, I didn't bother to check exactly which day we did it, but it's okay. Rather than like an annual thing on a fixed day, I just kind of want to do it once a year would be nice. Appreciate the beauty of the ephemeral, you know, the prettiness in things that do not last forever. That's one of the things that I like about flowering trees. Yeah. Just have a little chat. No games or anything. Just a chatting day tomorrow. Friday will be a double stream day. First, we will play Splatoon 3. We'll be there right for the start of the Spring Fest for 2026. I've missed a couple Splatfests, and I always want to be there for it. Logically and rationally, I probably should not do a double stream that day given the workload, but I'm going to make it work because I really want to play a Splatfest together. That being said, I don't know if I'll be able to do another Splatfest stream over the rest of it, but we'll see. Yeah, as always, I will be playing on Fry's team. So yes. Oh my gosh, Ginkoka. I spelled it wrong. I didn't even notice. Okay, I'll update it. I'll update it when I publish it on Twitter. Thank you for pointing that out because I wouldn't have noticed. I typed it without looking. Sometimes I do that. Zio Ginkoka? But you're getting ahead of things. You're getting ahead of the schedule, all right? But yeah, it'll be a double stream day. I'll play Splatoon 3 over here on my end. If you're on Team Fry, you're free to play it with me maybe, if you can get in. We won't be doing private lobbies that time. This will not be a private lobby day like we usually do. This will be a Splatfest grind day, so... you can only play if you're on Team Fry, and even then, it's a matter of luck. So no hard feelings if we aren't able to play together. A lot of people play in these Splatfests. And then after that, I will hop over to Shu Yamino's channel, and we will be playing some Jackbox games alongside the rest of the bachelors. Yeah. I was talking about this briefly earlier in the stream today when I was desperate to form thoughts and words while I was spraying everything. But yeah, I'm excited to hang out with some of these guys again. Yeah, very excited to play Jackbox. I love Jackbox games. I'm never sick of them. I could play Jackbox games with my friends every single day, and I'd be happy. So yeah, it'll be over on Shu Yamino's channel. Since this is Jackbox, I probably will not be doing a POV. I think most Jackbox games don't really benefit from a POV. It's more funny if you just watch it on the host stream, right? Yeah, there will be a Zad check. Note, I think this will be out of character this time, which is, as I mentioned, it's part of the reason I'm cool with doing it, even though I prefer to keep the sacred vibe of what happens in an RP server in that RP server. So don't expect anything in character or anything. It'll just be a bunch of us guys gaming. And then Saturday, I have another collab. Potential for a gorilla on Saturday as well, by the way, but nothing planned. So don't expect it, but there's a chance that I'll do a solo gorilla as well. But what is planned for Saturday is another collab. It'll be multi-POV. I don't know if everybody will stream it, but I expect that everybody will, since it's peak. You know, it's usually like everybody streams it kind of game, but it's to be determined, I think. But yes, I'll be playing Peak alongside Uki Violetta, Vantacrow Bringer, and Zeal Ginkoka. We'll be kind of reprising an idea that Zeal, Vanta, and I did in the past, where we play a friend slop game, and when we're alive, we're only allowed to speak Japanese. Even if it's broken, even if it's incorrect, even if it's totally botched and wrong and flawed, that's all you can speak when you're alive. And when you die, you can speak English. Yeah. All of us in this particular collab are hoping to improve our Japanese over the coming years. So this is kind of a period where we're mutually at generally very roughly the same level. I think the others are better at Japanese than I am, but because we're all at a similar early level of learning, we're able to benefit and pick up little things from each other without being overwhelmed and without being too nervous. There's serious benefit in doing a collab like this with people that are fluent and only speak Japanese or speak it really, really well. But with that comes a considerable sense of like nervousness, right? There's I don't know, it's harder to speak a language poorly around somebody that speaks it really, really well. So I appreciate the low pressure environment that this kind of collab creates. Utahime down and Utahime Uki. Yeah. Maybe there will be more after this as well. Maybe we'll bring in even more people. We're not the only ones in EN that are trying to learn, so. Yeah. Yeah, there is also a collab on By the Beach channel. It's not on my schedule specifically because I start my week on Sunday. The rest of By the Beat, I think, starts their week on Monday. But I personally start my schedules on Mondays. Sunday morning, EDT. Sunday evening, JST. There will also be a collab on the By the Beat group channel. Yeah, we'll be doing the first ever installment of a radio show that we're trying to start up. So I hope that you can enjoy it. We'll be talking about music. There may or not be a way for you to contribute to it as well. To be determined. We're still trying to figure things out, and it could be that we have to wait till another time to figure every idea out, but yeah, I hope you can enjoy it when the time comes. I love talking with my boys. You may, if you've ever watched the By the Beat collab, there's a very, very strong potential. There's a very strong chance that at the end of that collab, we talked for longer than we actually played the game, because we just love talking with each other. There are so many game collabs where we'll play for 2 hours, and then we're like, all right, it's time to clock out. No more game, no more stream, time to end. And then the VOD still has 3 hours left on it. Because we just sit and talk instead of ending. Recorded or live? It'll be totally live this time. I don't know if there's plans to record it in the future. But yeah, this will just be like our regular live streams, except the entire focus of it is conversation. And you may notice that we're hoping for it to be a little bit more structured than our usual group chats. Because, you know, we've done group chatting streams before. We'll like hang out in Sable's apartment, or we'll chill in the basement, or we'll take a walk to the park or something, you know. And we'll just talk without a structure, but we're hoping for this to feel a bit more like a radio show. Yeah. That's about as much as I can personally say about it. Anything else to know about it would be best determined or revealed by the group as a whole, or best for you to find out when it happens. Yeah, this is just stuff that I think you could personally, I personally think you could figure a lot of these things out just based on the way it's presented already, right? Yeah, I don't feel like I'm revealing anything crazy. Yeah, nothing crazy to announce, to be clear. Nothing. We're not doing any of that for now. I think you had enough of that last month. But yeah, hopefully a fun new thing that we could be doing. I hope you can look forward to it. Yeah. And that will be everything for this week. I hope that at least one of these streams can be fun and exciting for you. And if not, there are more schedules to come. You may be excited to not see this week's schedule, but actually next week's schedule. I have not figured out all of next week's schedule, but I did submit a little something. And there will be a new game next week that you may want to see me play. No further comment. Yeah, there may be a new game next week that you might want to see me play. Yeah, but that's next week, not this week. Yeah, me if I hung out with Kaelix Debonair. Oh my gosh, I'm so bored. Let's stream a new game. Let's change our stage names. Oh my goodness. The genre? No, I can't tell you because if you know the genre, then you'll know what the game is. You're going to have to wait and find out. You're going to have to wait and find out. Yeah, no hints. Wait till I reveal next week's schedule. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to make an active effort this year to play more new games. Today is like a tiny venture into that. Granted, this is basically very similar to a lot of the games that I play normally anyway, but yeah, I particularly want to make an active effort to venture a little bit out of my comfort zone, start new series, and also start new games that I can finish in one sitting. I've been receiving a lot of recommendations, both from you and also from other livers, so. Yeah. Wait and find out. Yeah, Wafo. You're gonna have to Wafo. We should make that a thing. Wafo. Oh my gosh, I like that. Yeah, you're just gonna have to Wafo. You're gonna have to wait around and find out. I'm waffling right now. Oh my gosh, I'm waffling right now, man. I'm waffling. You gotta wait around and find out. And then, oh my gosh, the week after that, or maybe honestly some of the end of next week as well, could be pretty fun because I plan to celebrate your birthday next weekend. Yeah, the weekend of like the 18th, 19th. Yeah. The Debonair mascot was born on April 19th. And I personally do not view you as the mascot. You're free to view yourself as that, but I view you as a separate thing. But yeah, what a coincidence that you have the same birthday, right? Yeah, your birthday is April 19th. Do you remember? Do you remember your own birthday? Yeah, all this talk the other day about whether I can remember a birthday. Do you know that your birthday is April 19th? Yeah. So that's what I'll be celebrating. Nothing too grand. I'm sure you can understand. I've been very, very busy, so a lot of my grand hopes I kind of have to pocket and set aside for future things, but I will do my best to make it extra fun for you, and I may or may not have a little surprise planned just around the corner. Wink. Yeah. So yeah, very fun times coming over the rest of the month. I'll do my best to have as many fun things cooking up so that we can have lots of fun before I take my little trip at the end of the month. All right. But I think that covers everything important. Is there anything important that I've forgotten to mention? Anything I forgot to promote? I think anniversary merchandise is still live, right? But not for very long. It's supposed to go away pretty soon, right? I can't remember how long that lasts. But a note for that, if you don't want to experience FOMO with the merchandise. Yeah, I think that closes pretty soon. You want to draw me? Of course. Yeah, feel free to draw me. I actually have hashtags for it as well. Feel free to post it under the hashtag KPix on Twitter so that I can see it. I go through and I check it every now and then. Yeah, it looks like the anniversary merchandise is ending pretty soon. You've got less than a week now. Yeah, the 15th. Actually, just about a week. You've got a week to check out the anniversary merchandise if you're interested. This stuff usually does not come back, so you don't want to miss your chance. No pressure, of course, but you want to make a video about me? Oh, yes, of course. Yes. As long as it's respectful and appropriate. If it's a clip, then please put it under the hashtag KFlix on Twitter so that I can look at it. Yeah, if you're interested in the anniversary merchandise, including, by the way, a real-life plush toy of the Debonair mascot, you got a week to check it out. Got a week to check it out. If you live in the States, my personal advice is to buy it from the Japanese online store instead of the EN store, specifically because the Japanese store offers bai, which can help you with shipping. Otherwise, if you want to buy it from the EN store, what you can do is you can order it and then contact customer support and ask them to change your shipping mode to DHL. And they should be able to work that out for you so that you can actually get it. Cover with the general tag. Yeah, the general tag is the catch-all for anything that doesn't fit under another tag. Pretty much. If you want to post something related to me and it doesn't fit perfectly under the other tags, the general tag is the best one. Yeah. If you're interested, maybe I could honestly, it's been a while since I've run through them. I have a list of all my hashtags in the description of this and every other live stream. I also have a reply to my pinned tweet that has all of them. So feel free to refer to that convenient guide if you're ever interested in posting anything under a hashtag. It can be very easy to miss those, and it can be very easy to lose track or to be unsure. My other advice, phone a friend. People in this community are generally very, very friendly and very eager to help and very polite, I hope, when it comes to correcting people. So if you're ever unsure, if you ask around, generally you should get a pretty decisive answer. That's what I recommend. People are very nice. Egosa. The Egosa tag is not typical in the EN side of things. It's more typical in the Japanese side of streaming. But Egosa stands for ego search. That is basically a hashtag for things that you want to show me, because I check it. But note that I actually check all of my tags. Not super consistently these days, but I still check all of them. And I see everything under most of them. Egosa is mostly for things like oshikatsu is what it's for. Yeah. Egosa is mostly for oshikatsu. Like if you bring like my puppet to a nice restaurant, or if you I don't know, if you make like a cute little arrangement out of flowers and stuff. Yeah. That's generally what the Egosa is used for. I check all but one of them. There's one of them that I never look at pretty much because I'm not personally interested in it. And one of my hashtags I actually specifically made so that it could contain stuff that I did not want to see. That would be the not safe for work tag. I personally have no interest in looking at it. And I personally mute anything that has that stuff in it just because it's not what I want to see when I open my Twitter. Yeah. So I don't check that one. Rest assured. And honestly, I think most people probably don't even use that one. I think that generally would go somewhere else. But yeah, I don't check that one. But I check the other ones. The hashtag, for the Egosa. Egosa is Debonair miru. Debonair in katakana, miru in hiragana. You can copy paste it. It is available in, again, the description of this stream. And also it's pinned on my Twitter. General tag is just my name. Just first name, last name. Yeah, again, refer to the guide in the description and also on my pinned tweet if you're ever unsure. That has all of them there. If you're ever unsure. Do I like every tweet in Egosa? I used to. After the puppet released, it got to a point that I could not do that very sustainably. Because everybody loves the puppet and loves taking photos with it. But note that I do still go through the Egosa tag. I check it, honestly, more often than the other ones. I look at it when I need a pick-me-up, whenever I get really stressed out from work. Do you know that Simpsons screenshot where it's like, do it for her? And he has like the billboard of all the photos where he covers the text that says, "Don't forget you're here forever." That's what I look at when I get stressed out with work. I open my Egosa tag and I see Debonair Pape at so many nice restaurants or like going to visit friends, you know? It makes me happier to know that people are having really tasty meals and that people are meeting their friends and that people are just like doing and enjoying cute stuff, you know? So that's my energy boost tag. Same thing as the art and the clip tag, honestly. That's the main reason I go through my tags. It's very selfish. I like going through them for my own personal enjoyment. And of course, you don't have to tag things. You do not have to tag anything for stuff related to me. I will ask that you do tag it if it's related to shipping, just so that other people can mute it. But otherwise, it's up to you. Note that I will probably see it if it's under one of my official tags. Yeah. Just letting that be known, putting that out there. Thank you for asking. Never hesitate to ask. I never mind to repeat these things. I think it's important that everybody is on the same page. That being said, I think that does cover everything I need to talk about. Anything important? Just anniversary is expiring pretty soon. Anniversary merchandise. Collabs coming up. Waiting rooms will be posted if they are not already posted before they go up, like before they start. So. I guess in general, when in doubt, keep your eyes on Twitter, and that's where the announcements go up. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, so I'm gonna I'm gonna wrap here. Let me see if there's anybody that I can send you to. Who's live? Think. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, of these. Based on the kind of stream we did today. Oh, but based on this, that means he'd actually stop soon. Okay. Let's see. I'll send you to Illyra Pandora, who is playing Ace Attorney Investigations. Be warned that spoilers are abound, all right? If you're interested in playing this game or experiencing it from scratch and do not want to be spoiled at all, you should probably click away before the stream ends, all right? Because it's about to automatically feed you into Illyra's stream where she is playing it right now. I personally will not be staying and watching because I'd really like to play Ace Attorney at some point in the future. I've never played all of it. I played a little bit of the very first game, but I never finished it. I had to put it down because I got distracted with something else important, some work stuff, I guess. But yeah, I'd really like to play it and maybe stream it at some point. So I will not be sticking around for much of her stream, but whether you watch the stream or not, it'd be nice if you could be polite, follow her rules. Mentioning things that are in the description of the stream, right? Most people will also have they'll also have a list of rules to follow in the description of their streams. So when in doubt, you should always scroll down and give it a good read. All right, be sure to follow her rules, be nice and respectful. Don't go in there talking about me or anything that we talked about today. And if she asks, like, what'd you guys do today? You say, we hosed down some buildings. And then that's it. You wrap it up quick. Because we do not want to interrupt her stream. We want to integrate into it, right? You know this stuff. I can trust you. I just think some things bear repeating, you know? Just to be safe. Yeah, whether you participate in the redirect or not, I hope that in any case, that you can get some good rest. Streams like these that we did today are particularly popular among people who are studying or working on something at the same time. So I hope you can wrap up your work soon if you haven't already and get some good rest. You know, take some time away from work when you're able to. I hope that you get some delicious food as well. Have a nice meal. Ideally something good, filling, and warm and tasty. Yeah, have some nice tasty food, please. And as always, please stay safe, all right? Don't put yourself in any dangerous situation. Don't do anything reckless. Take good care of yourself. Sleep properly, get good exercise. A little sunlight is good for most people. Not everybody, but most people, you know. No pressure, but it would make me happy. All right, that is all from me today. I gotta get out of here. I was supposed to be out of here like 20, 30 minutes ago. Oops. All right. I will see you again soon, all right? See you tomorrow. Let's take a nice walk tomorrow. All right. Till next time. Bye-bye.